right?
Woo! Cue my music, please.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Black Superman series. I will be your host, the officer known as Faulkner Jr. You have Chaos Rain as chief engineer. How you doing? What's going
I'm
on,
good, man.
Chaos?
What's good, bro? I'm good. I'm good. I like that song. That was nice. I like that.
Oh yes, smooth little instrumental. We still get the woos on, but we're trying a little bit different. Hopefully y'all like it. So
Mm-hmm.
today we're going to speak of the dichotomy of the Black Superman and Dark Kent. How can you be this invincible man, but you also have to show yourself out in the public as the weakest form of man? You have to be nerfed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of Superman, what do you think of Chaos?
I look at power, great strength, intelligence, speed, invincible. That's what I look at when I see Superman.
When you look at Clark
Or view
Kent, what do you think?
a man. He is calm, very resilient. He's hardworking. He cares about family, and
And
yeah.
for the longest time, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
For the longest time, Clark Kent was always seen as as they said in Kill Bill, he was the representation of how he viewed humanity, which wasn't true. It was it's how he basically became Superman. He was hiding his true power. But recently, I was looking at a video that pretty much summed it up. Superman is what
Mm-hmm.
he can do. Clark is who he is. Now I got to say this to you, and I got to pose a question:
Okay.
is the black man in America allowed to be who he is, or he's only praised for what he did?
I believe in view that how the black man's viewed in America is more of enemy number one. So he's not viewed to be the hero, but more likely what's the I don't like to use this word, but like a terrorist in his own land. That's the best way to say it.
Interesting,
You know that.
interesting. Because he's not allowed to vaunt his strength, be the maverick as other people, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's beneficial to others, correct?
Correct.
So we have to be a more docile, more go with the flow creature
Yep.
in society. Are we allowed to, as they say, be the master of our destiny and be the captain of our fate and the master of our own destiny?
No. Yeah.
Are we allowed to be the hero of our own narrative?
Nope.
I look at it as this: how many times can a black man be angry, be passionate, without everybody cowering around him? So he has to put on this persona that creates a dichotomy inside his own psyche.
Mm-hmm. And what's up with platinum?
Ooh, what's up, Plat? Shout out to DJ Ma. Uh, Ed the Beefsteak, he's back, folks. He's
Let's see
back.
if he's a man today, man, and be in the presence amongst men instead wandering into the clouds in the chat room.
Oh
But
no,
nonetheless,
you're gonna be
let's
a
continue.
man step by step, day by day. But this dichotomy that comes up, you got to remember that the dichotomy of him and his plight is not because he's allowed the freedom or given given to the point of excuse me, I was about to sneeze. That dichotomy creates a false bravado in some ways, almost being unsure of the man he wants to be. See, the Black Superman can use all his great feats as long as it benefits everyone else but not him. Once he starts plotting his own course, becoming his own man, what happens? He's being called selfish. Even when he walks his own way, he's not doing what he can do for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just the sisters that says this, it's a lot of brothers who chastise him. I propose this question to you and everyone else in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Black Superman allowed to be multifaceted?
The Black Superman, to me, bro, is more viewed to be he has to be used, not to be anything of his own narrative. To be multi. Wait, what's this? Yeah. Okay.
Is he allowed to? Is he allowed to really say, "Hey, I want to travel on my own, see the world, get a different perspective," or is he going to be sheltered within this narrow view of his masculinity? Why is everyone else allowed to go to him either when he's Black Superman or Dark Kent and dictate to him his masculinity? What do they believe masculinity is supposed to be? So we're going to ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Why, as soon as someone has a difference of opinion in the Black community, why is he so quickly alienated?
Simple. For control. They say, "Oh wait, you're a human being. You have a brain. You have a thought. No, you only do what I tell you, not what you think."
Because when you think about that and you really put your mind to it, the number one person a lot of times the Black Superman needs to save is himself. Should he save Black children? Yes. Should he save the Black Lois Lane? Yes. But is he given the same understanding when it comes to saving and rehabilitating himself? That's the question I pose. I'm going to bring up Trinity and Platinum in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I'm going to continue this because I want a lot of people to think about it. The dichotomy of it is, do we praise just the physicality? Can we also praise the man for his mind, for his introspective thought? Because you got to remember, this guy's view of the world is going to be totally and vastly different from anybody else's on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
See, when people talk about save yourself, saving the world starts with yourself. As they dictated in the army, remember, you can't save 2, 3, and 4 if number 1 ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
And if number 1 ain't right, then you're going to be in a village or community of calamity. When he puts on that persona, is he still respected as a man? When he wants to become more educated, more thought-provoking, is he still respected as the embodiment of masculinity? Does that dichotomy come at a cost? Can he truly be that multifaceted man? And this is the question we have to ask. Do we still have the same respect for that man when he's not as physical? When he's not jumping and saving the world? Similar to Clark, Dark Kent may not be from Kansas. He may be from a place like Baltimore, New York, Chicago, Dade County, LA. He might be that kid who goes to the corner store and just want to chill, play his gang, play a couple sports, become a intellectual, play some chess.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still respectful of the Black Superman when he doesn't want to be a stereotype? What if he wants to listen to? What if he wants to listen to some contemporary jazz? If he wants to listen to rock, hell, what if he wants to be cosplaying? Does Dark Kent still get the respect of Black Superman?
I wonder.
We're gonna have to really investigate this. Platinum will be in the he'll be on the link in a few. You really got to wonder about this due to the fact of it's not well received or promoted in his community. Think about it. I mean, I'll take myself for example. I know this might get my black card revoked, but I can't play spades, but I can play chess. That's shocking, right? I'm just wondering, does that take away from him? Does that take away from his abilities?
Well, it makes him lesser a man.
Does it make him less of a man? Simply Deep, what's up? I'm gonna bring Trinity and Platinum up real quick.
There's Platinum.
What's up, Platinum and Trinity? What's
up? How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
Trinity, how you doing?
You know, I can.
You gotta speak up.
No, I can tell you this, bro. Real talk. I follow that, but still, you know, as a people, you know, we haven't really had our own thing. Like we're assimilated within American culture and pockets. You know, you might have a Stone Soul picnic, you might have a black church. You really find it within the black church where you have a little bit of a mainstream black culture. It's not in the ghetto. You know, that's the white supremacist. He wants to define it that way, but that's not in the ghetto. When the guy says, I'm going to play golf, and I understand that. He wants to play golf. You know, he don't want to play no football, basketball. He likes to play golf. Whether we like it or not, that is a departure from what we're used to, and he is identified as a weirdo or trying to be like the white man. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just simply saying from a tribal standpoint, You know, that's the way the tribe is. I don't agree with tribalism, though. Let me just say that up front. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
Keep
hear
going.
you.
No, I'm saying I don't agree with tribalism. You know, I never have. I understand what you're saying, but I think that when you start talking about when you start talking about intelligence, that's where that kicks in. So a guy who is intelligent and he knows he likes golf, but he knows that the you know, to fit in with the majority, he needs to play basketball, he needs to play football. That's what he does, because it's like the intelligent thing to do is to play those sports where the majority accepts them, as opposed to being an outcast. Because when guys are just openly outcast, you have to question their intelligence. Because
Yeah.
what's the point?
And sometimes you got to look at it from a different view. And everybody knows the reason why I use certain wordage, because, the censorship games are a motherfucker. But is the black man allowed to be an individual? Is that black Superman, as soon as he goes back into Dark Kent and he's working his 9 to 5, is he allowed to like things that are quote unquote not black?
Well, he is, but how much of it is an ego trip? And I'm saying it's gonna get pushback, but why is he doing it? Like, what do you mean? Like, if he wants to be a white boy, hold up. If he wants to be a white boy, he's gonna be identified as that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you brought that up. What if he? Because I like the difference of minds and thinking. What if he likes something because it's something that sings to his essence, sings to his being? Should he have to hide it, or can he be proud of what he enjoys?
Look, if you're a black man in a black community, the community, and I agree with him, and I agree with it, black people. We ain't got nothing. We don't even have our own culture. We're assimilated into American culture. Okay, we're baseball, apple pie, and salute the flag. That's what they do to us. But when you talk about, like I said, the churches and stuff like that, we have blacks. There's a particular, just like within outside the culture, there's a mainstream way of thinking within, like that black church. You with the Bible, which they don't follow, but there's a way of thinking. So when you say I'm gonna be the unicorn, I'm gonna be the oddball, well, whether you like it or not, and I tell my kids, if you do that, expect to be outcast. And now, do you want to be outcast? So you could play the golf, you could chase white bitches, you could read, you could pattern your life to be the next Steve Jobs, but you do that. You do that without the support of your community. And that's just the way it is, man. I didn't make the rules. I'm just saying how the rules are.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that, because you know how back in the day you had your guys reading comics, and believe it or not, brothers weren't into video games like that super heavy, and you were shamed for it back in the day. Now it's mainstream that everybody plays it damn near. And look at comics. Everybody's a comic book fan because of the movies, but before then it was shunned. So I just look at it like, does he ever stop being black because he likes different things? I want to hear everybody's take on it. Like, does he have to hide his true self just to make others feel comfortable? Because as black people, we do it the same when we're around other races of people. But I see it just as much within the community, if not more. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, I follow you, man. But I'm saying you have to see. You leave a lot out. You leave a lot out. You know. I'm hold up. I hope I ain't step on anybody.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. No, you leave a lot out because you got to understand. Also, we coming from a hurt people. You know, we've been a people that's been exploited since we've been here. We've been used with livestock. Basically, black people are nothing more than livestock. Okay. The only difference, they can talk, they can pick up English. You know, horses can't talk or whatever. Cattle can't talk, but we're livestock. So we were never brought here to be a part of this society. Okay, as it evolved, we became that. When you have Negroes, right, who choose to walk outside, you know, that position of being black, actually the community is threatened by them because they're saying it has been those Negroes who've hurt us the most. The one who's said, okay, I'm gonna play golf, I'm gonna be like the white man. I want to read my comic books. I don't want to run behind bitches. I want to read my comic books. I want to go to school. It's been those guys who've caused the most harm to black people. So yes, it's going to be a position where they're going to jump back and say, nah, man. I mean, like, what are you doing? You're not one of us when you do that. I understand what you're saying.
Is it from a position? Is it from a position of ignorance?
Well, see, once again, that's an insult. So you could say that, but see, that's
no. I mean, it's not that ignorance doesn't mean they're stupid. It's just because it's not known or it's foreign.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just simply saying they're. If I pour hot water on a dog, he's gonna run from cold water. You know, all he knows is that water hurts, so it doesn't matter. If I hit him with some hot water one time, when I fill up the water, it could be cold water on a hot day, and I go to throw water, he's gonna run. And we've been hurt, bro. Black people have been hurt. So when we see black people get outside of a certain position, we fear them. Okay, I'll shut up right now.
Hold on, Trinity, you're not blocked. It says every time I touch your thing, it says something about your mic. Your mic's not connected. Try coming back and coming in. What's up, Beasley?
What's going on?
Not much.
Well,
got your camera on if you didn't know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Cool.
I got it sitting in the driver's seat. I'm in the drive-through getting something to eat, but I'm listening to what you're talking about.
Cool.
I don't know it's because of the way my folks raised me, but I've never been afraid to like what I like and give a shit about who likes it from whether being a kid on.
Exactly, because I asked the question is because I was just reading the dichotomy of it, because it makes sense. Everybody in the black community, you always got to be the black Superman. You're not allowed to be Dark Clint. You can't be the nerd. Like
I know that. What I get that, but just fine. Go on. I'm talking to somebody else. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And then as you get older, and then once you get into manhood from being a kid, you should be more secure in yourself. Where you don't learn things. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You know, there's things that I didn't learn how to do, maybe sometimes because of that pressure, or the way it would be perceived. And I wish I would have tried more things, more different things. But that's not a way. I don't think that's a way for a man to think.
Yeah. And this is what I actually enjoy, because I like getting different points of view and different people thinking about it. Because it's like, I'll take, for instance, like I was a lifelong comic book fan even before it was popular. I was a lifelong. Hey, Trinity, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, so you're good. You weren't blocked. There was something wrong with your mic.
Throw this away from me, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
cool. It's the fact of the matter that, and I see both points of view. Yes, we were hurt people, but I always thought it was funny. As soon as you go out with typically black,
no, I'm good.
Okay. It's an issue. It's a real big issue.
Yeah, but bro, you're not being fair if you. like I said, we if I pour hot water on a dog, he's gonna run from cold water. It's like we've been hurt. So when people start doing things outside of the way we used to, we fear that. It's not a question of they can't do it. Yeah, you can do it, but we wonder why. Because it's like, okay, you don't love black people. What we do ain't enough. Basketball, that ain't enough fun for you. You know, it's just like it goes down to black women. Black women, they not enough for you. It's like, why are you different? You know, I'm sorry. I mean, it's the way it is for us, man, because the difference is we did not run over here and jump over the fence like Mexicans. We were drug over here in chains. We were forced to come over here. And unfortunately, we're hurt behind that.
Yeah. And at the same time, does it hold true that hurt people hurt people?
Okay.
Of course.
Because if I look at something, right, and I'm not, and you know me, I don't try to debunk too many people's point of view, because the point of view is not necessarily wrong unless there are some absolutes and there are some objectives being said. It just makes you think, like, do we all like? Are we allowed to like what we like? Are we allowed to be an individual, or are we still classified only because of the community? Do we praise intellect like other races of people, or do we just look at the physicality? Oh, for example, I can't play space for shit. Play chess. I can play video games. I can do a lot of stuff. Do I like stuff that's quote unquote typically black? Yeah. I'm more of a a lot of black people like basketball. I like combat sports. I was brought up in that.
You know, the more comfortable you are with yourself, you know, as a man, and the more that you like yourself and you accept yourself, those things shouldn't be an afterthought of whatever it is that you enjoy to do. I mean, I had a toy poodle for 15 years and he passed away. I think I gave a shit that poodles are smart and women catchers too, but that's not the reason why I had them. I care what anybody had to say with their pit bulls. Man, a man is secure with himself and the things that he likes and the things that he enjoys. Also, I'm from California, so we're a little different out here anyway.
You know, I can respect that, but can I speak my experience though? Like, most of y'all know that I was a crack baby. I came from a mama who was a crack or whatever. Okay, I know a lot of y'all want to laugh about that, but you know, this is
my
real life. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this. Okay, so before, you know, I understand that a lot of people want to try to judge me on that. It's fine. That's why I lead with the shit. So hold on, let me speak, sir, please. God damn, let me speak.
Somebody got in the background. No, I was saying it's a background noise while he was speaking, but go ahead.
Okay, but the thing about it is, I'm not no scholar.
Go ahead, Trinity.
Okay, I'm not no scholar of the sort, but at the same time, I feel like, just 1 second, hold on.
And
just 1 second. I'm sorry. I got an emergency. Hold on. I'll be back. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. But
she said that she was you know, the offspring of a crack situation. Look, why you tripping? But I know a lot of women. I got blessed by a lot of them women that got hooked on crack. And I ain't got no problem with that. And I really, I won't say I enjoyed their crack addiction, but I enjoyed the fact that they were willing to do things, you know, to get a high. And so in a lot of ways, I didn't really suffer doing that. But once again, there's a playbook for being a black man. And when you stray outside that playbook, there's going to be criticism. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Because we've been oppressed. We were brought here under resistance, and actually, it's in the same with other cultures. When Asians try to act black, they get criticized. When Germans try to act black, they get criticized. When whites,
Hey,
wiggers,
Charles, I'm
they
gonna
get
jump
criticized.
back in.
Huh?
I'm gonna jump out and come back.
You're gonna jump out and come back.
Yeah, he was getting some feedback. But continue what you were saying.
No, what I'm saying, when other cultures, when Germans twerk, when you got right now, when you go over there and look at German women, young women, 15, 16, 17, twerking in the internet, they get criticized. When Japanese black guys sag, they get criticized. No, the other cultures have a standard too. And when their people get out of that culture, they get criticized. So it's really unfair to just focus it on black people, because it's just, I mean, like black, look, it's not fair, man. I mean, like, if you black, you black.
But here's the crazy part, right? Okay, tell me all the positive black stereotypes.
Oh, you coming from okay? Now, also, we're under a white supremacist system now. Now see, look, you can't. We don't set that system.
No.
We were assimilated.
Hold on. But
Go ahead,
before I go off into
Trinity can go. Go ahead, Trina. The floor is yours, baby.
No. You're not giving me permission. This is Charles.
Hold up. We're not gonna do the argument. Hold on. We're not gonna do the arguments. We're gonna have a friendly talk, debate.
Okay. So what I want to say is this, sir, Platinum. You try to act as if we don't remember you from a year and a half ago. I remember you, okay? I remember all of those diabolical things that you said about those women that you took advantage of in the hurricane, okay? So don't be up here trying to act like you all a part of the black community now, when we all know that you made you literally made it a point to let these niggas know that you were taking advantage of those hurricane victims. You listen. I have you on audio tape. Actually.
Okay, go get the tape, but still, hold up.
Okay, so no, let me spin. No, hold on. Let me finish, sir.
Still doing though.
You had a lot of shit to say. Let me talk now, though.
Okay. Well, I'm still doing it though.
Me and my crack mama, right? So let me talk, nigga. Let me talk.
Hold on.
So like I said, okay. I'm gonna be nice. Like I said, I'm being nice, Charles. But I'm just okay.
We're gonna be chills about it because we're having a discussion.
Okay, now, fine.
When I have the panel,
okay, I'm gonna be fine. But at the same, Charles, what I'm trying to tell you is this: niggas is a fraud. And I'm gonna let you know why this nigga's a fraud. So just listen. Okay. So like I said, this nigga think just because 2 or 3 years later he can come in here and revamp his image. I still remember you, Platinum, from 2 years ago when you was bragging on literally raping young girls that was victims of Corachina. Don't fucking fuck with me because I still have the audio clips, bro. Let me no, you can't do nothing but let me speak, sir. You had your time to speak, sir. Okay? While you was out
got a lot of head off crackheads.
Okay, whatever. You had your time to speak, sir.
Hold on. Both of y'all stop. Both of y'all stop right now.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, go ahead, protect the nigga.
No, they ain't protected enough. Stop that.
Whatever. Like I said.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga, like, what he like to do is he like to talk a lot of shit, but he don't want to hold up to what he said.
Trinity.
Yes, sir.
Can you respect my shit, please?
Yes, sir. Okay. I respect you. All right.
Now, this is for introspective thought. Mm-hmm. When I open up a panel for motherfuckers to beef, then motherfuckers can beef. Can I finish, please?
Yes, sir.
Then I'll allow it.
Okay.
But right now, we're going to stick to the title.
Okay. Okay, what's the title?
The dichotomy of the black Superman and Dark Kent. If a
Okay,
black
well,
man can a black man do things and not be judged if he doesn't do anything that's typically considered black?
Okay, but at the same time, can he not speak on
We're
this
gonna
because
we're
he's
gonna
not
we're
a
gonna keep
black?
it. We're gonna keep it. We're
He's
gonna
not a
keep it.
black Superman because we
We're
know
gonna,
he's a black pedophile. I've proven this. I can prove it.
now, when we have a panel about that, we will be damn sure to talk about that.
Hold on,
All right.
It
I
ain't
hope
protected.
not.
It ain't protected about anybody.
Me, nigga, I got proof on you, nigga. Think
Can
about
I-
it.
can I- can I-
Listen,
can y'all
Katrina,
respect-
I got you.
Can I
Nigga,
re- can y'all respect my
Katrina,
shit,
I
please?
got you, bruh. Trust me. I got
Can
you.
y'all respect my shit, please?
Okay, but I'm gonna respect you, Charles. Not because I'm a submissive woman, but because I respect you. That's why I'm gonna respect
Well,
you.
hold up, Charles. Can I speak on this?
No, you can't
about-
speak. No,
Hold on,
pedo,
Trinity.
you can't
Hold
speak on nothing, nigga.
Trinity,
You can't
Trinity,
speak on shit,
hold on.
nigga. Because I
Trinity.
done already got your whole motherfucking shit, nigga. I got papers on you, nigga.
Trinity.
Okay, go ahead.
Trinity.
Hold up.
If you're gonna
Ass
say
nigga.
something like that, let him speak on it so
No,
we can
I'm
get
just
back
letting
to
you
the
know I got
Okay.
papers on this nigga.
Okay.
That's fact.
Yeah, once you said that,
It's a
let him
whole
speak
ass
on it.
nigga.
Let him
Okay.
speak on it. Then we're gonna
Yeah,
get back to the
man. All
goddamn
right.
subject.
If you hold on, but I'm
Okay.
just trying to say, if you let him speak on it, you gotta let me speak in rebuttal too, though. I'm saying.
Now you can't speak. Okay, hold
Yeah,
up.
I'ma speak,
Okay,
you
hold
little
on, hold
hoe
on.
ass nigga. Cause
Okay.
I know what you about, nigga. You
Trinity.
think I
Okay.
don't remember you? I remember
Okay.
you.
I hope
Yo.
you do
And I
remember me.
got you in my archives, nigga. I got you in my archives.
I don't care what you play on me.
Trinity.
Hey,
Yo, I just muted you both. Y'all making this shit into the lowbrow shit that I didn't want it to be. Now I'm gonna unmute y'all both. We're gonna let him speak, Trinity. You can make your rebuttal. Then we're gonna get the fuck back on program. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I got you, bro. Can I speak?
Hello?
Yes. Because it was
Okay.
getting too out of
Like
hand.
I said.
Oh,
Can I
do I
finish?
have to
Can I
do it
finish?
again?
Okay, no, you
Do
don't
I
have
have
to
to do
mute
it
me
again?
again.
Let him
Like I
speak.
said, I
Hold on,
respect you.
Trinity.
I'm gonna be
Trinity.
quiet.
Trinity. Trinity.
Mute her
Let him
up.
speak. You speak. Then we're gonna get the fuck back on this fucking program.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, ass
Okay.
niggas.
What I said on other panels, Obsidian panels, I don't care what you have. I don't care. You don't know me, and you know. Hold up. Can I finish without her? Now there's somebody on Holy Trinity, whoever that is. She's triggered, and for whatever reason, she mad. But you can't stop me, boo. I got plenty of head off of many a crackhead. Many.
Exactly.
Hold up. Many. I mean, I got empty. I got my shit empty on many crackheads. Now hold up. As far as the Hurricane Katrina, they came through, and I blessed a whole bunch of them, and I do it again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now all this other stuff about what the fuck is that? Pedophiles. Look, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking like that, boo, you need to lawyer up because now you start talking sideways. I ain't never said no shit like that, baby. Everything I did was consensual and legal. Hold up. She said 3 years ago, I'm free. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're a predator.
Okay, well, you could call me that, but no. You can call me that, Trinity, but when you start talking that illegal shit, don't put that on me, boo, because that's not me.
You're a predator.
Okay, well, Trina, that's debatable. But when you start talking
like
sideways, baby.
Like any criminal would say. Anyway.
A criminal? I ain't done nothing criminal.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Okay, you might not like it, but I'm saying I ain't done nothing criminal.
Now, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Hold up. I'm done with it. I stand by everything I said.
I hear you, sir.
All right. Do we got this shit out of our systems yet?
No, I don't have it out of my system because I didn't get a chance to say what I had to say.
Now, say what you gotta say, so we can get the shit out of our systems. Go ahead.
Okay, so what you don't understand is, nigga, I remember when you was bragging about fucking those little girls because they brought chicken and beers and shit, and you thought it was real funny to fuck them little Katrina victims. I remember, like, come on, it's nothing for me to get the motherfucking audio clips, nigga.
Go ahead. I ain't said nothing about nobody underage.
Sir, why you talking? Didn't you have your
No, you talking about underage girls, boy. I ain't never had no.
Hold on. Okay, you're not gonna stop him. You're not gonna stop him. Isn't it my time to spot? Isn't it
You
my time to
accusing
speak?
me
Go
of
ahead and
something that's
speak.
not
Is
true.
it
Go
not
ahead.
my
Go
time
ahead
to
and
speak?
speak. Go ahead and speak because now
That's
I'm
what
going to
I'm.
clear some shit up.
Okay, because the thing about it is, you had your chance to speak. I'm gonna have my chance to
Speak,
speak, and
Trinity.
then. Okay, thank you, nigga. Listen. Don't be sad because I remember your voice and I remember who you are. You are a fucking predator. I know who the
Okay,
fuck you are.
I
Don't
can,
hold on.
okay.
No. Why are you still talking, sir?
Because
Anyway,
you're lying.
no. Why the fuck are you still talking?
Because
It's
you're
my turn to speak.
lying.
Hold
Okay,
up.
so
Hold up.
okay,
Hold
so
up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah, no,
You know,
Charles, I'm
you
not
know what
gonna
I'm
let
it's
that
gonna
my
woman
turn to
slander
speak.
me.
do? You know what I'm
It's
gonna
my
do?
turn to speak.
You know what I'm gonna do? Trinity, you gotta hurry up because I still got more of a show to do.
Okay, but it's still my turn to speak though.
Excuse me?
It's my turn to speak. He's interrupting me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You
I'm
see,
about
that's
to go.
how I know you're being
Wait.
biased. That's not
I'm
right.
not being
That's
biased.
not right, Charles.
Trinity,
That's not right,
Trinity.
Charles.
You know
No,
what I'm
it's
gonna
not
do?
right.
Trinity.
That's
You
not
know
right,
what I'm about to
Charles.
do?
That's
You know
not
what I'm
right,
about to do?
Charles. That's not right,
You know what I'm
Charles.
about
That's
to
not
do?
right.
I'm about to go on Google and see who the fuck you talking to like that. Okay?
Like I
I
said,
have
it's
not.
not right,
Have I,
Charles. The way you
no,
doing me right
Trinity.
now is not right. But it's cool.
Trinity.
It's
Have
cool.
I not?
Listen.
Trinity.
Listen. I'll
No,
let myself
Trinity.
go
Trinity.
because it's
Trinity.
not right what you.
Trinity. First of all, I've been nothing but fucking respectful to you. Okay? Let's get this shit out the way. You come on here talking about he's a pedophile, he's this. I gave him his chance to defend himself. I gave you your chance to fucking speak your word. And I don't even like muting motherfuckers. Okay? So get this shit straight. I'm not going to take anybody's disrespect, man, woman, nor child. I gave him his chance to speak. You kept saying the same thing. And I even stopped him to say, Trinity, speak. We can run back the motherfucking tapes. Okay? I even told you and him, and
Charles,
I just unmuted.
are you
I
going to
just
give me my
unmuted.
chance to speak or no?
Excuse me, but are you going to fucking lower your
Okay,
voice?
apparently not. Apparently
Are you
not.
going to
Because you
lower
got a
your
dick,
voice?
right?
Oh, are
She's-
you going to lower your fucking voice, right?
So what you gonna do? You're being
She-
biased.
I'm not being biased.
You're
I'm
being
actually giving you your
biased. You're being
Trinity.
biased.
Trinity, you
she's
shut
a
up, please.
troll.
You're being
she-
biased. You
Can
see
you
how
shut up,
letting him,
please?
you see how you letting him talk?
Platinum, don't say anything.
You're being
This is
biased.
me and Trinity right now. Trinity, how the fuck am I
So
being
are
biased
you
if I
gonna
stop
let
him?
me speak or not?
No, not right now till you fucking lower your voice.
Because you're being biased.
Trinity,
Because you
good night.
think that because you have a dick.
Good night, Trinity. Come back up here when you're respectful again.
I appreciate you, Charles, for that. And that's slander. And I'm really a small channel, but I'm seeing a lot of people, you know, they do that on YouTube. And it's a certain degree where you have to speak up. You know, when Hurricane Katrina came through.
See, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
When Hurricane
I'm
Katrina,
sorry for cutting you off, but I'm gonna say this. Number one, I came up in here and I'm like this. I gave her a chance to speak on the subject. I really fucking hate it when people don't talk on the subject matter. If she wants to accuse you of shit like this, somebody got some noise.
That's not me. That's somebody coming up here. No, hold up, but real quick, Charles. What I said on Obsidian show back in the day, that was hyperbole. That was my opinion. There were no names. There were no ages. For her to sit up here and say that I dealt with underage. Well, I never. What the fuck would I say some shit like that's insane? And hold up, I'm a free man. What the fuck would I say that for? Now, those are lies. Hold up, and you know what? It's not even coming from her. It's coming from some nigga out there, some hating ass nigga who sent her up here to say that shit because they see the rise of platinum. But I'm gonna tell you something, Peter, you can't stop it.
But
I will rise to power. I'm rising bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Platinum, hold up. I'm gonna address the chat and I'm gonna address the panel. At any fucking time you heard me on a panel, I've ever been biased to any fucking body. Please put yes or fucking no. First and foremost, I think it's fucking rude. I don't give a damn if it's man or woman. Chaos. How long have you and I been on these platforms together?
I've been on YouTube a little longer. And when I met you, it was like around a year and a half, maybe 2 now, or probably a year.
And I've been on here. I've been dealing with Angry Man, Cerulean, and BGS for over 3 years, 3.5 actually. Am I a guy who says I'm going to be biased towards women?
No.
Or towards men?
I've never heard you say that. No, I've heard you say that, Charles.
So how the fuck am I being biased if I stopped Platinum several times, like I stopped you, when I'm like, look, it's getting out of hand. It's getting low brow.
Yeah.
What is the? Somebody read me what the fucking title of this fucking program is tonight.
The Dictionary of the Black Superman and Dark Kent.
Yeah.
So in other words, the purpose of me putting it out there is, can a black man still be black if he likes things that are not typically black? And to speak on it. I can open up a channel and let y'all two go up ahead, or y'all can be on y'all channels and I'll referee.
No,
But tonight, we're not going to have this bullshit.
No, Charlton, I really don't address this, but look, real talk, when someone accuse you of something that serious, you have to speak up.
And I'm not saying, but let me finish. I'm not saying, and I gave you time to defend your argument, just like I gave her time to express her, but I'm not.
Why do they assume you want where are they getting that from? Like, who wants somebody who's? I have a daughter. Why would I? That's insane.
And thank you, Anthony Taylor. And I'm gonna read it. The fact that she's been on the stream several times shows that you're not biased. But when shit is going out of control like that, and I'm trying to build my fucking channel up, I let you speak several times as well, Trinity.
You did, and if you notice, Charles, one thing that didn't happen, I never slandered her. I don't know her. I never slandered her. But see, hold up, they want me to sit here and let them slander me. They don't like what I said on Obsidian show. I could give a fuck. That's his stream. Over 2 years ago on his stream. I don't give a fuck what I said on his show. I joined his show. I might have said a lot of shit. I don't remember.
I am not biased to anyone. Okay? I will tell many. I had motherfuckers come from my head a few months ago, correct? Like almost 6, 7 months ago, 9 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Chaos.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I don't even mention names, but yet I can bring receipts out on motherfuckers who would come to me. Okay? I don't deal in lowbrow shit.
I'm glad you don't, bro.
If anything, when I made the Black Superman series, it was to not only see the purpose of a black man and also soon to be the purpose of a black woman. Anything because I have a dick. Last night, did I not try to encourage your brother, Ed, last night to see himself better than what he really thinks he is?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we all did.
We all did.
Did I not invite China White, a female, to speak her piece?
Yes.
Regardless if I agree with it or not.
Yes.
You did, bro, and I'm gonna stand. Hurricane Katrina was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. No,
15.
15
years ago.
Yeah, 15. Hold up. We talking about you asking. I remember when they came. Hold up. I remember when they came to Memphis. Okay, a lot of them came to Memphis. What about them? They were grown fucking women.
And let me
No, I know what I'm saying. I know. I dealt with. Hold up, for Trinity. I fucked a lot of them. They were all grown adults. Matter of fact, 2 of them was going into the service when I fucked on them. I'm sick of these bitches trying to tell me who I can and can't fuck. That was grown fucking women.
I'm gonna say this.
Fuck out of here.
I never begged a motherfucker for shit. If you like my program, you like it. If you hate my guts, hate it. At least we know where we stand.
Yeah.
Right.
You said I interrupted you several times. Yes, I did. Did I not do the same thing for Platinum?
You did.
Yeah.
So this is all about equality. See, a lot of people don't know. Over here in this channel, it's a benevolent dictatorship.
You're fair, bruh. But they don't understand what they're saying. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand what
if you're going to accuse somebody of shit At
Yeah.
least let the motherfucker speak their piece. Just
Hold on.
like
Oh,
I said, and let me finish.
okay.
This is what the fuck I said. You get to say what you wanted to say, Platinum, and then I said Trinity can make a rebuttal, and I said we need to get the fuck right back on the subject.
But Charles, when she accused me of being a predator, I said, okay, that's debatable. I didn't fight her on that. I said that's debatable. Now, if you want to say, well, Platinum, you're a predator, that's different. Okay, you can say that because that's subjective and that's opinion. Well, she accused me of the other thing. I got to stand up for myself. Bitch, are you nuts? I got a goddamn daughter. Are you out of your fucking mind? You can't accuse me of that like that. But to her, that doesn't matter. But hold up. That's her opinion. That's her idea of you being fair, letting her fucking slander me. I never said nothing about her.
But
ever.
here's the point that I made it all the time. Excuse me. Goddamn, almost choked on my damn cigar.
This shit ain't that serious.
It's like this. This is primarily a men's channel.
Right.
But the females do have a say. And more
Right.
than the females have been on my channel as short as the time as it's been and never had a problem. And I'm like this. I do not take disrespect from man, woman, nor child. You talking to a
Right.
motherfucker who had words with his superior officers. Okay? I've done it in a respectful manner, but my point has gotten, I had my own damn lieutenant say, do we have a problem? I said, LT, look, I was going to ask you the same fucking thing. We were cool when you were a sergeant. So if I have people who can literally suspend me and fucking suspend me without pay, and I can just say the same shit to them, what the fuck you think I'm going to do on YouTube?
Right. Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, bro. If you're trying to build your channel, you do not want conversations, even conversations about that.
If
That
you
is,
have
that
proof,
is a taboo topic.
If you have proof of him doing whatever you claimed he is, because I'm not even going to mention
Well,
it.
I would be in jail if she had proof. I hope she don't.
And I'm like,
I hope
We're
the hell
gonna
she
do
don't,
this.
because I ain't do it.
we're going to be like this. Okay?
She won't
We're
be
gonna
like
get
that.
back. We're gonna get back to this motherfucking subject now. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah,
being
yeah,
biased
please.
or Trinity,
Yeah, please.
I got love for you like anybody else on this platform. Right now, I want to get back to this motherfucking subject. I'm not biased or shit. The same way I would tell you who the fuck you talking to. Last time I checked, did I not say the same shit to motherfuckers who were coming for my neck? On BGS's panel, on Art New Styles channel, on Art of Itmore's channel, on O'Shea's channel, on Angry Man's channel. Did I not? What you see is what you motherfucking get. Trust me, I could come live just as fucking easy Memorex. I ain't got no bias thing about me. If anything, Pete, you can ask the motherfuckers on York and fucking Glenwood. They said, you know what? If you talk shit to him, he's going to talk shit to you. But don't put your hands on him because he's going to send you to the fucking hospital.
Or the grave.
But he's fucking fair.
Oh, hold on.
Right.
That's her avatar, baby. She said platinum trying to. That's her avatar. That's a picture of a lion with a fucking hat on. That's not me. Yeah, you fucking marbles. What I say, who cares? It's my opinion.
Now, we're going to
go talk to your lawyer. Hold on. Go talk to a lawyer. I have a right to my thoughts, my expression, my free speech.
Now,
if that motivates you, that's not evidence. Yeah, you're fucking. Are you
We're going to go back to this goddamn subject right now.
Yeah, please. Let's go back to it. Just give me a headache.
Yeah, it pretty much is. Now, for what's up, Iori?
Hey, bro.
CLS once again. Aqua Dragon 88. What's up? Woo.
Already. Be more in the house. Already. Woo.
Playing the K-Swift already. See, do you think in the black community we have a weird dichotomy of being a strong black man and also liking things that are not typically black?
Well, on the first part, I'm going to say yeah. I mean, when it comes to being a strong black man, I mean that's only if people are benefiting off of us, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, if we do things that's outside the black norm, we get ostracized for that. So it's like we get praised for being strong and black when we need it, but we get ostracized if we don't necessarily do the normal thing with our own community. So it'll seem like we're being white or some shit like that. I mean, yeah, that's basically my opinion on it.
Iori.
Well, I mean, from from how I look at it, everybody that comes into the country has their own particular norms, right? There, because that's what we fall into. That's what we're used to. Certain people are used to having certain types of jobs, certain types of academic things, certain types of athletic things. The the thing that I see as positive though on a black side, just like in any other culture, that even though there's hesitance towards doing something different, when people actually do something different, like golf, for example, or tennis, that aren't necessarily black sports, because black sports are usually like the big three: baseball, football, basketball, right? But the thing is, when somebody like Venus Williams comes in there and starts dominating, it actually shows other people that they can dominate that sport too. So then you have more people who are people that are outside the sport that actually get into it, which actually ends up being positive. So what I'm saying is, of course, there's a price towards doing something that's outside of the normal. But once somebody makes the breakthrough, it opens the door for everybody else at the same time. But part of the reason that people don't want to do that is because they're just used to it. They're a creature of habit.
What's
ahead,
up, DeAndre?
Chef.
You're woo. See, I've always looked at that because, for instance, my boy DeAndre, we wrestled. DeAndre played football as well, but I wrestled mostly. I did MMA, and even today, MMA doesn't have as many black guys in it as white.
Sure.
There's a lot of the champions black. I mean, you got John Bones Jones. You have you had these people had heavyweight and heavyweight titles at the same time. You had Mighty Mouse, who was defending champion for God knows how long. You had Anderson Silva. You have Kamaru Usman, who just defended his title last Saturday, and he's not Nigerian.
You had Rampage for a while.
You had Rampage. You had Mari Smith, who was the first black heavyweight champion in the UFC. I think he was the first black champion in the UFC. I think. It's so weird because when you're doing stuff that's outside the norm. Because for many years, let's take boxing for instance, boxing was a white boy sport. So as Martin Lawrence so eloquently put it, you ain't gonna see a white heavyweight champion for a minute. For a minute, you didn't. As long as a motherfucker beat your ass for $5 and a ham sandwich. But it's weird because when you have like conventions, let's say you have like comic book or anime conventions, and you start to see the influx of black people in it, and it's like the only time they get to be them and like what they like. Like, I'm not saying that we should give up our black card. No, it's none of that. Shit. When people say, "Well, we gonna play spades," I said, "Nah, I can't play spades, but I'll beat your ass in Uno and chess." And yes, we do play power up. So fuck y'all if y'all don't play power up. Baltimore, stand up. But it's weird because you get this whole thing about, even just now with the argument, and a black man defends himself when he's being accused of something. Are we still looked at as just a big black brute, but we're not as valued for our intellectual prowess?
Right.
How many black scientists go unnoticed without even without even being said, because it's funny because it's similar to what Kevin Samuels had on his platform. The high value men like love white women. High value men will prefer black women. But like I said yesterday, the potential is not sought after. They want the kinetic energy. They want what's the here and now. What you're doing now matters, not your potential. And I don't think it's just the women. I just think it's the community all around. Like, shit, I've seen more parties for motherfuckers come out of a jail snap than graduating high school and college.
When we step out of the traditional norm, we're going to be criticized, like I said, because black people don't. It's just like a tribe thing. It happens with all other cultures. The white guy who wants to be black, the Asian chick who wants to be a black girl, they're all ostracized because they don't fit into that traditional culture. And it's the same thing for us. And I use the church because that is more of a distinctive tribe than just black community, because that's everywhere within the church. If you're within the church and you wanna do things outside the traditions of the church, they're gonna outside you. They're gonna ostracize you and kick you out of the church.
Well, they're doing it now. They let the homosexuals in, and that's been taboo in the black community. And now, what they do with all these LGBT parades, they're trying to promote that shit to us like it's a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like,
shame black people into
yeah,
accepting it. Yeah.
And it's funny because you had Nick Cannon, who apparently talked about how non-melanated people are the controlling force of media. Did you lie? And I never liked Nick Cannon, but I respected his hustle.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you go outside the norm, you get ostracized, which is true. I mean, look at the show Family Matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Family Matters probably made every black child who wore glasses life a living hell.
Mm-hmm.
No, I follow you on that.
Somewhat. I'm gonna say somewhat.
No, the black nerd is repulsed within the community because that's just not what traditionally we see black men as. They're just not. Even the ones who are what you could be the valedictorian. They just don't dress
What's
like
that background noise?
and act like
Yeah,
that.
somebody scripted something, please. Yourself. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, you could be the valedictorian. It's just it's your behavior. When you look at Urkel's look with the big glasses, with his pants pulled up. And obviously, he was doing this for the TV, and he was representing a certain character. But I'm saying the fact that he couldn't dress, the fact that his glasses were huge, the fact that he had no swag, those things play against any black man. It doesn't matter whether he could be the worst student in the school. If he dressed like that, if he looked like that, if he came off like that, he's gonna be pushed away.
But remember, it's like what I said earlier before shit just went out of control. And one thing I've noticed, even though we're gonna go back to that positive stereotype thing. Think about it. When you and Trinity were going back and forth, my views were going off the hook.
Mm-hmm. I'm mad I missed it. I lost the signal in my car. I ran upstairs.
You missed nothing, man.
It was funny. It was so funny.
Important.
It was so funny because I'm gonna hey Chaos, I'm gonna bring you down for a second, and I'm gonna bring Dexter's Lab up real quick because he wanted to speak on this subject.
You can have all of us on there because
Yeah, you can have up to 10 people, Charles.
Yeah. 10 people.
Let me try this shit, okay?
Go ahead.
There's more chaos.
I can only do 6 because I gotta upgrade. So
Okay, no worries.
I'm gonna bring him down. I'm gonna bring him up.
What's up, Dexter?
Hey, Mr. Faulkner. How you doing?
What's up? Woo.
Yes, woo. You know, you were talking about you mentioned something about the black nerd. I've actually had a run-in for quite some time with the black nerd community and how basically there's a separation between black male females, nerd females, and black nerd males, right? But from the beginning where it starts, you're right. You know, you can't do anything as an outlier in the black community because you will be ostracized. From my experience, you know, I used to draw a lot of, you know, anime-esque pictures back in the day. You know, and I'd be made fun of that in high school. But once I started drawing stuff outside of anime, those same people that made fun of me for drawing that stuff wanted me to design tattoos for them. And I was like, so my talent is only appreciated is only when you can actually benefit from it. And, you know, as I basically went through life with it, I was like, you know, I always found that kind of weird how we separate ourselves for the dumbest things. You know, like anything without being ostracized for it. Now, when it comes to the nerd, you know, the black nerd, male, female, and male aspect of it, you know, I noticed that a lot of black female nerds don't really like the black nerd males at all. And I was questioning, like, why the hell was that? And I noticed, like, how the black nerd males act. You know, some of these guys are, like, really antisocial, or they have bad hygiene, or the worst of it is, like, their minds are kind of monolithic, where it's like they don't bring any variety to themselves. You know, they're totally indulged in their hobbies. You know, he can like the same things the girl likes, but she's like, well, I like poetry, this, that, and the other. What do you like? He's like, well, I like video games and Naruto. And I'm like, that's much of a conversation. I mean, you know, you're not really interesting, you know, to this girl, and you're wondering why you're having problems with her in the first place. Now we look at what we're dealing with right now, where you have a whole bunch of black, you know, nerd girls out in the open, and they basically profit from their nerddom, you know, through OnlyFans, right? And I say to this, like, you know, it's kind of funny how these girls wouldn't actually talk to certain dudes who like the same thing that they did, but now they're benefiting from their act, you know, for their hobbies, yet the male can't do the same thing. I mean, and what do you think about that? If I was clear enough for you.
Oh, that was clear. I've seen it many a times. I'll go to conventions. I'll take my son with me. I haven't, believe it or not, I haven't dressed up for a convention. You know, one reason why I work out is not just for health and looks, but I'm trying to be in one of them goddamn DC and Marvel movies. Nigga need money. Shit.
That's kind of funny because I went to the New York Comic Con last year and saw exactly the same thing, where you see basically the girls all together, and all the males are just wandering zombies by themselves. You know, half the girls are really antisocial. And I took like a whole bunch of pictures of it and posted on my Instagram. And like the weirdest thing was, like, not only did they not want to conversate, but they just wanted to walk around and do their own little thing. And I was like,
and what made it actually weird is, like, you had very beautiful black women, very beautiful. If the black guy dressed up, you rarely see the black guy. I don't even think I've seen, like, probably 2 or 3 black couples together dressed up. But you notice there's not as much hassle when it comes to the white guys doing it. You'll see the black guys, excuse me, the white guys with the black girls, and she'll dress up as Brock and all these other characters, but wouldn't give the black guy a chance a day. So it's like, okay, if you're not stereotypically black, like that white guy, he's free to do what the fuck he want to do. He could be just as nerdy, he could be just as tough, and that's always going to be accepted.
Oh, exactly.
And it's similar to what Beasley said earlier. Somebody's real hard on here.
Yeah.
And
that's basically what I saw, where, like, I took like maybe 5 pictures of black couples, and it was like a whole bunch of, you know, interracial dating, or them just being by themselves. And I was like that's kind of weird. And then you listen to these people on Facebook and Twitter, and it's like there's kind of a disconnect. I mean, when you're amongst your own kind, you're trying to, separate yourself from them. But when you're in a mixed group, all of a sudden, like you're the most social person in the world. It's like, how can you claim that? And I think I might have shifted the conversation, but I'm basically saying, like, how can you say that black guys don't like you when you don't give them the chance? I mean, I know.
And I'm like thinking these are the girls who love who play video games, love the comics, do all this shit, but you're what a white guy, you're from a black neighborhood, and it's like it fucks me up a little bit the first time I noticed that. Like, so is it because he's white and you're allowing it? But if I step outside the realms of typical black, it's not accepted. I want to get Beasley on this real quick.
Yeah, once again, I think about from my experience, and see, I mean, I'm not a nerd. I'm an extrovert, and I always have been, and have never been afraid to be alone or stand alone. And that stuff didn't bother me. If I chose to do something, and my folks, they were into all types of different things. They traveled, we eat different types of food, different type of languages were spoken. I don't get it. I can see why, because 85% want to go along with the crowd, and they're comfortable with that, and they're afraid to stand out. But speaking to like the black nerds, a lot of times you see them, at least in California, or Los Angeles, and up north too, is they can find other groups of people to be around where they are accepted, even if they are the token black.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about it. Like here in New York, you'll see that a lot, where it's like you'll see like a group of 5, white kids together, and then you'll see that one black person. Then you're like, now what do you really have in common with them besides your interest? But when you think about how how this particular group of people never really matured out of high school. It's like, well, I've never really been accepted by my own kind, and then it's like they go to college and you see what's the result of that.
Yeah, but you nerds that are tech savvy have been in demand for quite some time now. Everybody wants you to come fix their shit and do this and show them how to do that, and show them how to do all the different little technical things on their computers and devices. The nerds, the tech nerds in particular, have won in the end. And there is a certain part of the population, women, that just dig brains. They dig smart guys, They dig smart guys. Doesn't matter if he's a nerd or not. They dig smart guys.
Yeah. But those type of women are kind of outliers. Like from what my experience, it's like you don't really see, black nerd girls really dating black nerd dudes, and the ones that you do see them dating, they actually took the time to work on their body game. He's like sitting there like, yeah, I like Naruto and everything, but then he's got like 10-pack abs and everything. You're like, really? Are you one of us? Are you one of the dudes that used to throw stuff at us in the lunchroom?
And I'll say this. And shout out to Art Fort. Please subscribe to his channel if you're not. Brother has some good content and some very introspective thought. And he's welcome to come up here if he feels like it. Aqua Dragon 88 is from Baltimore, like I am, and he'll tell you, if you're not, especially since it's summertime, if you're not wearing New Balances, Jordans, white beaters, white tee, black tee, maybe some name brand shit along the way, it's very hard. I mean, you could be a dirty motherfucker as long as you're wearing the right shit. You're getting bitches.
Right.
How many times we go around Baltimore, and if you're not doing, and I can't even say typical black shit, if you ain't doing typical nigga shit.
Oh, yes.
It's just out the norm. You'll go down fucking Greenmount Avenue excuse me, Avenue. Fuck y'all. But if you're not going down Greenmount Avenue, and I could probably go down around probably an hour ago at some damn Chinese joint that's overnight, and I'll see about 20 something late teens, early 20-year-olds hanging out in front of the joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody said we gonna do some fun shit. Like, and I understand black culture. We're more hospitable. If we see each other, we could be from two different parts of the country. If we see each other and have a conversation, we'll just stop. And even in policing, people be like, well, they're loitering. They're talking. I even tell black guys, hey, I can't say nothing if you're walking and talking. Because it's a culture differentiation. So
Yeah.
when you, even inside of our culture, we get criticized if you just don't do popular black shit. And sometimes some brothers and sisters are not into that. They like,
Right.
oh, my brother's a gamer. He's a big time gamer. And he plays Resident Evil like a motherfucker. Matter of fact, one of our best times together is playing fucking Resident Evil Code Veronica on that goddamn beautiful system called a Dreamcast.
Horrible game.
That game was so goddamn long. We used to take turns and take naps playing that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
That's one game I'm never gonna play either. But
and it's like, oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we had that. In New York a couple of years ago. Shit, I would say a decade ago, we had something like that called Chinatown Fair. We had an arcade here, and hell, this would be a place where black nerds would get together and everything and play. But
shout out to China White. Woo, go ahead.
If you wasn't really playing the right kind of games, you were kind of outside of, or you wasn't playing the right game for particularly skilled. You were getting shut up. I mean, you wasn't playing MVC2 or what's that other game? Dance Dance Revolution or any of the Tekken games. It was like, get out of here. But I'll be over there on the Guilty Gear games or the King of Fighter game systems, and I'll be sitting there by myself, like where's the competition?
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like, thank God for online gaming. Yes, it killed the arcade. God damn, I miss Aladdin's Castle. I'm showing my age now, but out East Point. But it's funny because brothers will low key play Street Fighter and low key will be really good at it, but till you start having these tournaments like a few years ago, like Evo, like Otakon would have these big tournaments. Yes, shout out to Otakon. We need it back in Baltimore. BC taking all our shine, huh? But it's weird because I used to go there and they used to have tournaments and you see nothing but white boys or Asian people. And I've seen black guys who will hand some of these professional players their ass. I've seen, like, when I go to comic book conventions, like Dexter Vines, and the first thing I said, holy shit, you're black. And he was like, yeah, I do that shit sometimes. And he's a great fucking artist. Him, Ed McGuinness, and Jeb Loeb did a wonderful run on Superman for about, 2 years. And I'm like, look at fucking Dwayne McDuffie, hallowed be thy name, rest in power. He gave you not only Milestone with Icon, Rocket, Hardware, Static. I mean, how many of us watch Static Shock, for God's sakes? Thank Dwayne McDuffie. How many of us loved Justice League when it was on Cartoon Network and Justice League Unlimited? Thank Dwayne McDuffie. So we don't even give our creators in those communities the praise that they deserve till they're gone.
And that's the worst part about it. I mean, even especially like right now, where we have this big boom of black comic book creators, they're relegated to advertising on Instagram because a lot of people don't see them on Facebook anyway. And by the time you run into them, it's like you see them at the Comic-Con, you're like, who? Like, I ran into 2 different artists. I can't give you their names, but I know what series they did. One did something called Niobe, She Is Life and She Is Death. And the other dude did it's a guy, he does this one called Harriet Tubman. And
Epic Entertainment Empowerment. What's up, man? I like Naomi. Beautiful women who are there too, by the way. And a little short story between that. My son, who's 12, and my son he'll be 13 the 28th of this month, and his best friend's 12. And I could tell them I was laughing my ass off because they were like having shit-eating grins because the little girls thought they were so cute, dressed up as my son was dressed up as Naruto. I was like, Negro Toe, come over here, we need you. So, and he actually dyed his little fro with the hair blondish and still kept the tips, And his best friend dressed up as Zoro from One Piece, had the 3-sword style and everything. And they were like, "Oh my God, you two are so cute. Can we take pictures with you?" And it's like the Naomi, they have the chicks dressed in medieval garb and all that, and they're smiling from ear to ear. But I was like, "Oh, I see what y'all know what a pretty girl looks like, huh?" But
yeah, we do. Oh, go ahead.
And it's funny because I like most of these times, I do have my favorite artists and writers I see, and I support. But I definitely come out of pocket for the Black independent creators and artists because we don't do that.
Your mic, Uncle Chuck. Your mic.
My mic?
Uh-huh.
Oh, motherfucker. Somebody talk. What you think? We're going to get Irie when you talk about this shit. I'm going to come back in.
Yeah, it wasn't me. That's why I was on mute.
It was Uncle Chuck's mic. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said earlier, it's one of those things where I think the more people can do things that they're not doing currently, yeah, of course there's a social price to pay on the short term, but long term I think it's positive. But at the same time, a lot of those guys do suffer from not really having a lot of respect, because the problem is when you do something that's not necessarily mainstream, you're not going to get the type of recognition that you like. Not from your own peer group anyway. You'll get it from other people in the industry, but not from your own peer group most of the time.
Yeah, but that's dangerous sometimes because if you're getting that kind of praise from other people who don't look like you, it creates this mindset where it's like white people are basically are saviors, to that particular group, and then you start seeing like this huge divide where, like, a perfect example, I was talking to this black girl who was really heavily into anime, but it was like every time something bad happened to black people, throughout the past 10 years, she would basically either disappear and speak in favor of her friends who were basically talking and disparaging of black people. But when it came to, issues that involve women, all of a sudden, everybody, basically black men were the boogeyman to her. And I was like, that's kind of wrong. But as I, constantly as I was talking to her and got to know her, I realized what her problem was. Her problem was that she had a terrible relationship with her father, despite the fact that she lived with him and he was, paying for her schooling here in New York. But it was like any chance to take a crack at black men and put white men in, on a pedestal, she never hesitated to do so.
Sure.
I mean, look at it from now. Like you have people talk about diversity in media, and one of the first bits of media children will ever read are what? Comics or cartoon. Yeah. So think about it. And I remember talking to Angry Man a while ago about this. Like he was saying, like, when you see black characters, they usually have, in his words, the goofy powers of like electricity and electromagnetism. I said, well, contrary to popular belief, Static has the exact same abilities as Magneto. And he's younger, so he's going to only get more powerful and more inventive with his abilities. So last time I checked, electromagnetism ain't nothing to fuck with. I mean, technically, you can actually defy quantum physics and travel through time. For all you nerds out there, that's the theory of it. But we don't see with the exception of Black Panther, we don't typically see movies where the black guy's the hero or he has the whole culture around him.
Basically, these guys are treated like Blue Marvel. He's one of the strongest superheroes in the Marvel universe, but you would know nothing about him unless you were reading
like the Ultimates.
Yeah, you're reading the Ultimates or well, forget that. I can't name the series, but it was really good.
Oh, you were talking about the Blue Marvel series, the miniseries? I mean,
No,
literally.
I was thinking about the other one where Galactus became the giver of life.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the Ultimates.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you look at that shit, this guy literally single-handedly handed the Avengers, and I mean, they had a powerhouse squad. They had Ares, the God of War. They had the Sentry, who's basically Marvel's Superman, Iron Man, Wonder Man, like I think the Scarlet Witch, I believe, Black Widow. And I mean, he literally single-handedly handed everybody their asses. But yet, you already have a defined black character. Run on it. And I say this to people in the audience who are writers and creators. Don't just make a character because he's black. Make him go through a situation and a journey, just like black people have to. Just like, yes, I'm black, but I went through the military. But you may enjoy the journey of the story. Just like, he's a financial guy. Why not? Beasley could probably tell us how to make money, how to buy gold, and what to look for the charts and all this other shit, and so on and so forth. But it's not because we're black. Because a lot of times you see in these stories, when you make the story just about being black, you limit the character. And I think that's what happens. That's what's happening in the comic industry and a lot of these industries now, because they got to push the agenda instead of telling a good damn story that shows black people going through everyday life. Yeah, you might live in a hood, but that doesn't define you as a person. And it's similar to what Platinum was saying. You're gonna get ostracized, but yet in Japan, they're celebrating black culture. Like, they're going to salons, getting quote unquote nappy hair.
They break pop lockers and break dancers.
Mm-hmm.
Can go into their 50s and 60s and go over there and become like icons, legends, teaching people. Lowriders, the lowrider card, they sell for twice as much in Japan. Of course, you got to get it there, but than they do here. So yeah, you're right about that.
So it's not the fact that here's another tidbit I'm gonna talk about when it comes to the Black Superman versus Dark Kent. You like Dark Kent, don't you? You like Dark Kent, the nerdy side of the Black Superman, as I call it. Somebody, oh yeah. By the way, everybody, shout out to everybody in the chat. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App if inclined. Please enjoy yourself because we're going for a little ride, and we ain't doing that magic school bus either, motherfuckers. But you got to think about it. One thing about it, you're allowed in the Asian community, the white community, the Arabic community to have an age of adolescence. Compared to black men, you don't. You're treated like a man as soon as you're like 10, 11, 12. You're treated like a man. You're supposed to be a man. Whereas though the white guy, he can dress up as the quote unquote wigger and get a chance to get all that shit out of his system and clean up. We're not. We don't have a differentiation. If you look at it, I'm going to tell you, you come to Baltimore, you'll see the 38-year-olds dressed like the 18-year-olds. Or the 40-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I would
exactly
about that too. Like, one of my many topics I came up with people. I was like, well, you ever notice that black teenagers don't really have different music taste from from the adults? I mean, you look at white people and everybody else. Spanish teens, white teens, they have rock music and pop music that's suited for them, and it's totally different from the adults. Meanwhile, black people, we listen to the same music, so you wonder why that kid, 13-year-old, is saying, pop that ass, this, that, and the other. It's like, well, what do you expect? You don't have a little Bow Wow or Sammy or B2 here that's singing about something that's geared towards children. So why are you surprised that the 30-year-old is just like the 18-year-old?
And because it's like in the black community, we love to say black don't crack, but we hate aging gracefully. As soon as you see a grown man play Madden, why are you playing them young man games? Until you realize Madden's been around for what, 27 years?
He enjoys doing it.
You're not allowed to enjoy and relax. And that's part of the series that I've been starting to Black Superman, because black people has a lot of similarities as the Man of Steel. We're not allowed to be seen as weak. We're not allowed to be seen as intellectually sound. We have to do everything according to everybody else.
Yeah, you really got to get comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly.
Oh, no, we can be intelligent. We just got to sound a certain kind of way when we're doing it. We got to have, a little game in it, a little thug in it, because if you sound like me, oh, hell no.
Well, I don't exactly sound like, Soul Brother number one myself, so I understand.
You don't sound like Soul Brother, but you know what? I would highly doubt that anyone would try to say, oh, well, you sound white directly to your face.
Bullshit. Everybody says that. Everybody says that when they hear me on the phone. They were like, hell, I went to the police department for the interview, and they were like, oh my God, your name is Charles Lance Faulkner Jr.? Oh, yeah. Like, we thought a white guy was coming. No offense.
That's simple of them to let that come off their lips.
It's very simple, and me being the eloquent smartass, I was like, oh, so please define me what is white.
Yeah. How to get the job? How to get the job by Charles L. Faulkner.
Oh yeah. Don't let them know till you get there that you're black, I guess. And it's crazy because I enjoy certain things. Like I love playing chess. Hell, I've showed pictures of my superhero chess set. I'm gonna do chess my way, but I can't wait till I finish it because it's gonna be a Marvel versus DC chess set. So.
Previous generations of black folks weren't like that as much. And I say as much because I know of my pops, my stepfather, his friends, they were engineers, scientists, teachers, a variety of things. One of them was so astute in mathematics, advanced mathematics, calculus, trigonometry, that shit, that they said one time he had broke his arms in some kind of accident, and that the Jewish kids at college were carrying his books around and helping him around so he could explain the equations to them. That's how good he was. And there's probably kids that are good like that now, but yeah, the ostracization, and that's real shit. Most people couldn't handle it or couldn't take getting teased.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back, I don't remember, dressing like a nerd. I wanted to be cool like the older guys. They were cool.
Yeah, like we got our style. It's funny because I'm glad you mentioned that, because back in the day, if you look at charts, the guys who you got your style from were from their mid to late 30s to early 40s. Now you're getting your style in the community from the teenagers.
Some guys just don't grow up.
Yeah.
Some guys just don't grow up. But I come from a different era where I come from a different era where
because it kind of seems like it's still the same as you described it before, because the teenagers all follow what the adults wear. I mean, you ain't gonna. I mean, they're all wearing t-shirts or something flashy down there.
I mean, and just to answer Ed the Beefsteak, who doesn't fuck with Icon? He was our Black Superman before we knew it was a Black Superman. And you gotta, and yes, you probably will whip my ass in the chest because I'm a little rusty right now. Okay.
Shit, I wish Platinum would have left. I wanted to, well.
Go ahead, man.
No, she did come on and just attack him for some shit she did a year and a half ago.
She did that last time too, if I remember right. So, you know, they don't really
yeah, we know.
It's ironically, Platinum's trying to be a gentleman about this stuff, but the thing is, you know, if he gets attacked first, he's not just gonna, you know, lay down. That's not in his nature.
Yeah, she.
3D, what's up? Woo! See, I don't. And everybody knows me. I don't like all that confusing yelling shit. I can do it. And
I was saying, you don't like that shit unless you're doing it.
And it's like, and if I do it, it's gonna be with a purpose. If you want to accuse the guy, Trinity has her own platform. Here we're trying to be a little bit more highbrow and lowbrow.
I got you. Well,
and it's funny because when you want to argue and shit, there's some shit that I can argue and say, and I can say shit about it, and I'm like, you know, you may not like me anymore after I say that shit because, and guess what?
You handled it better than what I thought you would. Or I should say better. You were far more diplomatic and fair than to be accused of being biased.
No, I let them get their words out, but then I'm like, yeah, we got to get back to the subject. And it's like I said earlier, what made it funny, my viewership went up like a fucking prom dress.
Man, people love drama. I watched that. It went from, what do you have, 10 or 15, and all of a sudden it went to 28 and 30.
30, 31, 35, and I'm like, God damn.
There's a fight over here. There's a fight.
Earlier this week it was like that, where someone said something stupid, and I think she jumped off the panel while this other one was still going like, "Ooh, I'm kind of X, Y, and Z accusing me of this," and I'm like, "Where do you come from with that? Like, you spend all day just to get online to talk like that? Like, really? Like, where's your friend? Where's your therapy session at? I'm like, come on."
And it's funny because it goes back again. When black men are trying to have something, and see, this is the reason why I disagree with this fucking wheel pressing black women shit. Okay,
That's never true in the first place. I don't mean to cut you off. But let me say something to you about
what
that.
You mean cut me off? No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
My coworker from across, I'm at work right now. My coworker from across the street, my old building. She was like 50 years old, like about 10 years ago, stating that black men were oppressing black women. I'm like, that shit ain't new. Y'all always had that stupid logic coming out your mouth. And at the time, I was like 24, 25 hearing this out of her. I'm like, really? Black men are oppressing black women? Okay, that's a lie. Thank you.
I say this, see, this is the part where, you know, when I talk about the Black Superman, if he's not doing anything, he's not using his abilities to serve you. If he wants to go out there and buy Madden, which I'm going to get that motherfucker. Shout out to the Lamarcus Jackson. Go Ravens. You know, I'm going to get that Madden, 21? And I'm going to enjoy it. If it was like, chicks will come over and be like, "Why are you playing the game when I come over?" Because you need to learn what I like. But at the same time, when I dated chicks, they used to look, at first they'd be confused, or some would even look down upon my love of comic book and also comic book paraphernalia. But guess who be the motherfuckers going out to stores and novelty shops buying me some of this rare shit that I got? If you looked at my bedroom dresser, it's covered with a lot of this shit. And I'd only bought 3 to maybe 4 items, and the rest are bought by ex-girlfriends. So Even my Ravens bed sheets and shower shit is bought by an ex-girlfriend. So it always goes into this. Have you ever noticed women typically don't have hobbies,
Yeah.
but they usually go towards and gear towards the hobbies the guys they're dating or married
That's true.
because we give them purpose.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're sexually attracted to them. I mean, of course, they're going to engross their lives around that man, you know, in general. But if she's not, I'm like, please.
And
I
don't
remember
worry, Aqua Dragon and Iori, come in, jump in the conversation, jump in where you fit in.
I remember when I
Okay.
talked to who tried to pretend that she liked something and she really didn't. I'm like, you don't really like this, and it's kind of hard to actually try to conversate and get to know you if I'm basically talking to a wall. I mean, you.
Oh man,
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason that they don't really talk very much is even though sometimes they feel like talking, they don't really know what they're talking about, and sometimes if they talk about stuff that we're into, they're afraid of us judging them for what they don't know. But that really shows, like Uncle Chuck said, that these women basically gain a sense of self-worth based on what we're doing. And that's how it is. You
But
know?
the fact of a man basically mocking them for what they like, that's stupid. I mean, for one thing, a man is basically going to look for something that you like so he can actually conversate with you and actually get into them drawers, easy, as quick as possible. I mean,
sure, it just makes
I've been indulging in watching the race Insecure, and when I try to talk to other women about it, they're acting like they never watched the show before. And I'm like, all right, well, what about this? What about this other female show? And it's like they're sitting there like hold up on the walls. I'm like, so what the fuck do you like? I'm like, how the hell can I, relate with you? Like you just sitting here talking about like you just don't like anything. So what do? You just watch shows about how much I know you.
Yeah, it gets like that because one time my mother was like that. Like, why y'all like this pro wrestling stuff? And then come to find out my mother was one of the biggest pro wrestling fans I ever met. And she used to order all the pay-per-views. She actually met a lot of the wrestlers because, Baltimore was a hot spot for showing the age again, the NWA and the WWF coming into town, and it was a hot spot. So she met a lot of these guys. And she was like, oh, yeah, I remember when I met such and such. He was called this back in the day. I was like, and then one time she asked me and my brother, Sean the Age again, when we were in school and she was off and we didn't know it. We were like, why is the game on? And we were like, oh, I was trying to play Street Fighter and I was like, y'all gonna have to teach me how to play this shit. And we looking at her like, why didn't you ask us before? She'd been much cooler than that.
Sure.
But you know what? I think women who feel who don't got much to offer more besides their body don't feel like they have something to talk about themselves about or have anything about themselves to discuss with you or let you know what they like, because the only thing they believe they worth is their body. So I think women who has more to offer, who thinks has more to offer, will talk about their hobbies, what they into, shit like that. Because I like women for more than just their body. I like women for intellectual, especially if we're on the same page of things. And sometimes if a woman is on the same page as me, a lot of things that will also turn me on too. So I really believe women who,
but a lot of times that's
First of all, with seduction before you can even actually open up. If you're not really escalating, things sexual wise, it's like you're not really going to get anything out of that. I'm like, I can't really do that because at the end of the day, like, especially, I just basically say like I can't really do it like that all the damn time because I'm not always in that mindset. Like sometimes I just want to have a regular conversation.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because you go ahead.
I was talking to this chick, nice today on my birthday and everything. And she was like, oh, well, I don't talk like that, this, that, and the other. I'm blunt because I have to be a blunt person. I'm like, don't be a blunt person. Roll up blunts and smoke blunt. Like ease up and relax because we're gonna do what we're gonna do. But hell, I need to talk to you first, see where the hell your mind at. 'Cause maybe
Exactly.
Thou shalt not badmouth the blunt.
Exactly. Don't be blunt.
And that's a lot of mistakes men make. Men so worried about the pussy so much, they're not trying to see what type of chick they're dealing with. Whole time she could be a fucking snake in disguise, man. Because they also focus on just getting her in her pants. You can't always do that, man. I mean, even in one night stands, you gotta vet her out. You gotta see what type of person she is, man, because you don't want to just deal with any woman. So like, oh no, fuck that. She wants some bullshit. I'm good. I don't even want to. You know what I mean? So you gotta think beyond that.
I do have to tell on myself, Aqua Dragon. I do have to tell on myself because when I was just going for one night stands, she could have said rubber baby bumper butts, and I wouldn't have gave a fuck as long as she looked right. But it's funny, but it's true that you say that because with like I want Aqua Dragon to describe. I want Aqua Dragon to describe the average Baltimorean female.
Oh man. Let me say this: they are almost just as masculine, or sometimes more masculine than and more aggressive than a Baltimore dude. I can say that shit. Them girls are rough.
I had chicks tell me, yeah, like nigga, we fucking or what? Like, goddamn, like, I got these candles and shit lit, Goddamn. Okay.
It's like that here in New York too. It's like, again, you're not escalating seduction into sex. They're not even stopping to even talk to you at all. Period. I mean,
but then go ahead.
It's like I noticed like certain dudes, like when they're walking around, they wouldn't even know that shit from the word go, and they'll just approach her and boom, it's a full conversation. Phone numbers exchanged and they're texting, back and forth. But if I was like trying to talk to them, I would get like the weirdest fucking looks. And I'm like, damn, it's like that. Like, these chicks are like really hard out here.
Yeah, it's crazy because I've heard people talk about, well, the black guys are not checking for the nerdy girls. Yes, they are. As long as you look good and you can play a damn good, decent game with fucking guilty gear, we don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the most irritating thing to us is like, okay, we'll teach you about Naruto. Lord knows, you better get on Netflix and look at One Piece if you want to know about it, because I ain't gonna explain this whole fucking 20-year fucking thing about it. But yeah, we don't mind it. It's just that when they try to do it, it's like, okay, are you holding me up to the same standards as the typical black guy, or are you just into me because of who I am and not what I could do for you?
Yeah.
Sure. Because it's more like ATM on their end. Trust me, it's like here in New York, it's like from what I've seen, it's like it's three different things. It's like you got three types of guys: guys who can get it free, guys who have to who you can pay for it, and guys who don't qualify at all.
Right.
It's very true, because it's like what? Like shit. If you found me somebody who looks good, if she's a 7 or 8, and she looks good and she's a good attitude, and once in a while she wants to challenge me in Street Fighter, hey, I'm not begging for much more. Wait a minute, you can cook too? Yeah, we getting married. And that's the part that I think a lot of them don't understand, is that it goes back into the dichotomy. You want me to be Black Superman, but as soon as I put on the suit back on, and I'm normal old Dark Kent, I'm just, I'm not into this. That's weird. But yeah, it's okay but y'all will date nerdiest motherfuckers in any other culture, though. They're not getting the Brad Pitts or the cool bad boys of the white community. They're getting the nerd guys.
Yeah, but I think what it is that you got to understand what what these guys actually represent. You know, they're not. They represent, when you see them, they basically represent wealth and opportunity. So it's like it doesn't matter what his hobby is. It's what it's what he has to offer is what makes him more valuable than that nigga over there. You know.
Actually, I think it's. I think
But
it's
you talk
something.
to a lot of these black nerd dudes, you know, some of them have a problem with getting girls. I'm like, well, let me ask you a question. We can do the C boogie test. Have you looked in yourself in the mirror lately? Can you do a couple of push-ups? Do you have abs? Well, if you don't have that, then why do you think you're getting the results you get? Sometimes your mouthpiece can be crisp as hell, but again, if you don't look a certain kind of way physically, you know, they're gonna just walk away from
You sure about that?
you. It's not 100% because I'm in between. I'm actually an outlier in between. You know what I'm talking about and what I see. Like sometimes I'll get something and sometimes I won't, and I'm like, well, I noticed that when I wear certain shirts, you know, they kind of hide like how, you know, my body physique until like I'm walking around in my undershirt and you see my shoulder, you know, my back, and it's like, okay, I'm getting different results. But with these guys, like, they don't want to dress worse than they're not at all.
So what's your take on it, Beasley?
Oh man. I think some of these guys, and not talking about you necessarily, Dexter, but I'm hearing what you're saying with other people, particularly in the younger guys, the Manosphere 2.0, I think they call it. Zero and his group, it's like there's these set, these set statistics, and it's like it's stacked against you because you don't have the certain genetics, and I see ugly motherfuckers all the time, you know, with bad ones, simply because they gave it a shot.
Yeah.
They might have dealt with a lot. They might have dealt with a lot of rejection. I think a lot of these guys aren't even trying, or they're also living in a different era that I didn't grow up in. With
That's true.
Where all contact is made. The initial meeting them is made over the internet or Instagram, or, you know, hey, how you doing? Give me your number. Here's my IG, or, you know, yeah, here's my Twitter, or here's my IG. Come look at my pictures.
And just for the audience, how old are you, Beasley?
You guys, I'm just telling all my business out here. No, I don't mind.
You don't gotta be honest, bro. Just give us a range.
I'll tell you exactly. Hold on, I'm 57.
57. And I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm a young 57, but I come from it really is a different era, and I keep all that in mind when I hear these guys talk.
And I'm glad you said that, because I want you to speak on how was it when you were in your teens and 20s compared to now.
I'm trying not to want to sound humble. I just tell it real. I'm older now. I'm a real good looking dude, man. You know, with conversation. I always had conversation and extroverted. I have my pick. You know, I have my pick in my way. But not everybody did. And even then, there's rejection. You know, I could say the women that I really wanted, when I did get them, it didn't last more than 6 months, but I'm glad I got a chance to spend 6 months with them, because I got it in during that 6 months. Right.
Right. Yeah, that was a good 6 months.
Man, you still think about it years later, you know? Be happy about it. Damn happy.
Yeah. And I'm gonna ask this question.
I wanted to actually say something about that one.
The ones that I stayed with for longer terms, or stayed with me for longer terms, were usually the ones that wanted me more than I wanted them. Yeah, that's just being completely honest.
I'm gonna ask this question. Do you think it's a lack of, even for the so-called nerdy guys? Nope. Oh shit. It's not COVID. Don't worry, it's not COVID. Do you think it's a lack of the nerdy guys nowadays relying too much on social media or being afraid to go out there.
That's
Compared to
exactly
back
what
then when you didn't have the social media to back you up or to hide behind.
you know what it is.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Come on, man. From late teens, from high school, the guys where I'm around, is talking at every woman that goes past. Taking a shot at every single one. And I didn't do. I would do that for periods sometimes, but some dudes, that's what they're about. They're like, they're Alan Curry from their pickup artists. They're giving it a shot nonstop with everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I went through a phase of that because shit. Once again, tell it the age again, not old, but when Black Planet was out, man, shit, he was racking them up for Black Planet in my school.
Right.
And even still, you going around and shit, man. I go to Towson Town Center, man, and you gotta tell me no.
Right.
You gotta be an astounding. I don't know. Oh, if I get an I don't know, I got you. Oh, I'm gonna just keep working it. Rub it down.
It's not come good. And there's times, going out to clubs full of women. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. You're thinking about other shit, and you're not, going after them like you could or you should. And other times I'm going off when I'm really feeling good about myself and I have a couple of drinks. It's still a numbers game. It doesn't matter who you are. It's still numbers.
Especially,
The more women you talk to, the more numbers you're going to get. The more numbers you get, the more that you're going to find a couple that'll stick.
Shit, me and my boys had this ratio. We had to get at least 20 or more numbers because 5 of them are going to be wrong. 5 are going to be definite. And then the other 10 are hit and miss.
Well, I had No, you go ahead.
I was saying, especially, you go to the club and you travel, man. Man, we used to travel. Yeah, we used to travel by bus, car, airplane, paratrooper, shit. We used to travel miles and miles and miles for chicks. I could even tell you about Baltimore. You get a lot of these savvy chicks that they live in the West Buffalo. You watching TV when you're ready to get to their house.
You're not coming in as clear as you were.
Oh fuck! Again.
Yeah, somebody got some echo. Somebody got some noise in the background.
It's
not me.
Yeah.
Charles is going out and coming back.
You know what it is? I'll tell you guys what it is. To be honest. What it is it's this thing in terms of how the younger generation looks at it. Number one, the younger generation focuses way too much on texting and kind of all this virtual communication. So what ends up happening is their verbal communication on the outside isn't as developed as guys like us who had to walk around and talk to everybody all the time. That's the only way we actually did things. You know what I mean? I remember when I was younger, all the kind of interactions that I had were face to face, look in the eye type of conversations. Of course, the other conversations I had were over the phone, but I didn't have any text-based conversations. You either had what you had or you didn't. But the thing is, now it's like human on human contact is not something that's preferred. Everything.
Real quick, I'm gonna bring Aqua Dragon down to the waiting room, and I'm gonna bring China White up.
Yeah.
See, but Yori, that's the thing that's going on nowadays. I remember when I was young, that's what it was. You had to meet a female face to face.
Yeah.
This is virtual dating and have to go on apps. Everybody is faking it till they make it. And that's on the guys' side and on the women's side.
Yeah,
a lot of women ain't about nothing.
And because these guys don't really have the type of time under tension that they need in the field, and they don't have the type of scar tissue that you get from basically talking to people all the time. You know, after a while, you just kind of get immune to basically, quote unquote, getting rejected, as these kids talk about it these days.
Man, and all that's an attitude too.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
all that's an attitude too. I had a friend that said this, and I've incorporated in my own thing. You know, it became a part of me. If since the ladies here, I'll tone down my language.
Hey, Kane Mark, did you want to get in the conversation?
I'm in the conversation. I'm in the conversation, Charles. I'm in the conversation.
Okay.
I'm in the
What's
conversation.
up? What's up, Kane? And what's up, Kind of White? How y'all
What's going
doing?
on?
Yeah,
Hey,
but
everybody.
if a woman don't like me, she don't like herself. There's something wrong with her.
Sure, that's
You know, I keep seeing and trying to address this, and I think, like, you know, I'm looking at Ed the Beefsteak. He said, "Well, ugly and introverted is a disastrous combination." I said, "That's just a mindset, dude."
You can be ugly and introverted, and it's some growth.
It's a bad static on the panel. It's like
Yeah, there is. There's like a lot of static. I don't know who's coming from.
It's Charles.
Yeah, Charles is coming from you.
He's on his phone, and he's outside the range of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's coming from Charles right now.
Yeah.
God damn it! They're trying to shut me up. Oh Lord, they're trying to shut me up. But y'all go ahead and continue the conversation. I'll come in.
yeah. And these guys don't really have the reps. They basically
I can't hear the panel. I can't hear you, Yori. Hold
yeah,
on.
it sounds really bad.
Is it me?
Hold up. Everybody mute up real quick. I want to try something. Dex.
It's Dex.
It's Dex for some reason.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
agree. I just muted myself.
And don't y'all talk about my Samsung. Top of the line.
My bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I got, Charles. Don't talk about my Samsung. I got the top of the line.
I'm on my Bluetooth right now inside because I tried using the speakerphone on my.
Oh yeah, Dex, you sound horrible. You sound horrible. I can't hear you, Dex.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Dex, you might have to mute up till you're ready to speak.
The last point I was.
Ooh, that's better. That's gone.
Yeah. The last.
That shit was driving me nuts. I'm trying to listen to you guys, and I can't listen.
All right. Well, anyway, the last point I was going to make is because these guys don't have enough reps in the field, they basically throw a bunch of stuff like, "Oh, I'm not a Chad. I'm not good looking." Blah 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 blah. And to be honest, I've seen guys who are decent looking but have a better package than just looks land women that are probably a couple steps above their pay grade. It happens, man. You just got to put yourself out there, though. You know, and that's kind of a.
You bogging. I could barely hear you.
Man, I could think of so many times.
Can y'all hear him? I could barely hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah,
I could think of so many times in high school, college, or different jobs. The one that I just, didn't feel like stepping to her, or I was just going to see if she would ever come towards me. That and the ugly introverted dude, or maybe not that introverted, but the ugly dude with some conversation came by and scooped her up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a rite of passage to be able to put yourself out there when you need something.
Man, it's a game. You just play the game. You're not going to win every inning. It's like think of it like being a baseball player. You could be a great baseball player if you just got a hit every 3 out of 10 times that you got up. That's an exceptional baseball player.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to hear China White's view on the
perspective. Let me go on mute.
I mean, the saying that I was told when I was doing this is a closed mouth don't get fed. So if you need something, you better come out your mouth and ask for it. If not, you ain't gonna get it anyway.
You wanted to hear my point of view on, because the topic is kind of like asking.
Well, now we're talking about what exactly are we talking about? we're talking about younger dudes that only go through the internet in order to meet women, and a group of them that just feel like their failure is not worth trying. And I think we're collectively saying because they don't give it a try. They didn't come up in an era where it's only face to face, and they don't give it a shot.
Oh, okay. I feel like a lot of people do rely on the internet. Like they don't even know how to have regular conversations in public. Kids these days have their head they always have their head in their phones 24/7. It's like kids are getting hit by cars for always having their head in their phone. Like I'm not that old, but I'll say this. They didn't have we didn't have cell phones like that. Like kids, 5-year-olds having tablets and phones. Like it was like the adults had cell phones because the phone bill was so expensive to have a cell phone. And I feel like today's world, like it's so easy to pick up a phone and have a conversation with anybody on any app. Why try? They don't even talk in high school. I went to my niece's high school and the kids weren't even talking to each other. Their head was in the phone. So I feel like dudes today are scared to speak to women. Like they don't even make eye contact. They don't have a straight back. Their back is bent. They don't make eye contact, and you can smell the insecurity.
And China, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm extremely country, from the country. I'll say that.
Well, I could tell. And you're an attractive lady. Can you smell like when a guy coming up to you, or you see guys looking at you? Do they have this air of insecurity or just scared, and you're like, why don't you just talk?
I actually, well, when guys try to talk to me, they know that I'm caring. I don't like people walking up to me. I don't like that. So, but there are guys that try to have conversations with me, and I can tell their insecurity. A lot of them think I'm giving them the eye. You know how some guys I see what Aqua say in the back. But a lot of guys they think that I'm giving them like how do they call it, like when a woman is like blinking her eye at a guy or she's smiling, like I naturally smile. So I'm always smiling. So I'm not trying to tell you to come talk to me. But I guess that's what guys think. But I let them know that I'm caring, like I don't want to be bothered, like I'm okay. I'm in love with a man, I'm in love with a God. So, but I can tell when guys are insecure. But a lot of guys, there are some guys that are confident. It's more the older men that are confident.
Probably because a lot of guys don't understand. Like it was mentioned earlier. I forgot who said it. It's a rite of passage to get turned down. Rejection is part of the game. Like, shoot, I remember going to one of my buddies' parties.
Yeah, because she might have a situation going on. She might have a man. And certain dudes don't understand that. You have to get turned down. You have to get turned down.
Yeah, she might have. She might have a man and still take your number and put you on deck.
Yeah, but some of these guys
this is where game comes into play. But Beasley, this is where game comes into play.
Game always
comes into play. You might have to understand it exactly. And what I hear from a lot of these young dudes don't respect game. Like they don't understand. They think that there's no such thing as game. Yeah, game is there.
You know what? I thought of a different. They chased me off their panel and trying to talk to me and explain things. I'm like, you mean to tell me I can understand focus on your career and your money, But you tell me you're 21 years old, and excuse me, China, but I'm sure you've heard these words before. And you're 21 years old, and you're just gonna forego pussy. Period. Are you out your mind? You're gonna.
I would hate. I'm glad y'all didn't meet 21-year-old Charles, man, because 21-year-old Charles was like a walking, talking two-line crew song.
Right.
21-year-old Charles would be like a baseball game. You getting a double or a triple hitter? God damn! Like
I thought of a different way of explaining game to them, and it's like it's
do me a
skill.
favor. Do me a favor, Beasley. Talk to Ed and tell him about game.
Man, I was around Ed today on a panel, and he didn't make me angry, or he just didn't irritate me because I went in on him. I just started talking shit on Art Show. I couldn't help myself. They're like, he's not here to defend himself. I'm like, so what? I'm just talking shit. If he wants to come for me, let him come for me. That's what I'm baiting him to come for me. Nah, that won't work. Ed will just over talk me and make me listen to. I got it. I'm getting the imitation down. Don't let me start doing it. No, but I'm getting the imitation. When I crack it, when I do the imitation, you guys are gonna laugh because I'm getting them pretty close.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's like it's techniques. It's skill. Anything that you play, whether it be pool, cards, chess, sales, fixing a car. You're gonna have better results with some skill.
The game of life.
The game of life. You're gonna have better results with some skill and a game plan and a blueprint and an understanding of how to do something and experience than you are just going in, winging it. That's just a fact. So they're saying that they're saying that there is no skill. There is no tricks. What they don't understand is that you could have all the game in the world and still get shut down and still not get any play.
Shit,
Right.
sometimes it is just throwing it out there. Like I walk into somebody as pretty as China, be like, hey, how you doing? Like shit. Sometimes I'll make a corny ass joke. Got you laughing, I got you.
The woman told me on a white woman, she says, someone said she shot you down, Beasley. And I'm just playing with her. She said, he made me laugh. And the quickest way to a woman's bed is making her laugh. I was like, tell this dude what's going on.
Like they don't understand. Like, I would talk to the prettiest chick in the club, and the way you walk away is like you got her number, and the other chicks in the lounge or club be interested. Like, damn, what the fuck did he say? Like, oh, you got all these. Like every time I'm on the phone with women, and it could be nothing sexual. So you probably busy talking to all these women. I could be just sleeping or reading a comic book or doing, taking a piss, walking a dog. I could be doing anything. Like, okay, if you believe that, thanks for the credit that I didn't.
women like confidence. You can have a quick little conversation say that you got to run and just give them your card or give them your number. Here, take my number down. And a lot of them be like, I just feel so confident. They just gave me his number and
Beasley, that's like rule number one with game. Confidence.
Well, you gotta be
confident you got game.
You can't fake confidence. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem that a lot of brothers not understanding. When it comes to game, you have to be confident. You have to be confident in what you're saying.
Right.
Even if it's some bullshit. Even if you kicking bullshit.
Right.
You have to be confident with it.
Make it believable.
That's what game is about.
What's my old shit from the Fresh Prince? Give me your number before I want it anymore.
Yeah. Knowing that you want that number, knowing that you want that number, but you just say that. You just put that out there.
Man,
you think it like, whoa.
That's how I got with Tracy Patlongo back in the day. I gave her my business card. She called that Monday. That was a Saturday night. That's one of those six. Tracy Patlongo is a Creole with they have Italian Creoles. They call them Dagos in New Orleans. But she looked like Sophia Loren with the little bit, man.
Man, I tell you one thing. I was at my buddy's. Him and his wife were having a little get together at this one place at Fells Point, and it was his sister-in-law and another chick, and I got both their numbers. The one chick who was the sister-in-law of my boy, they're like he's divorced from the chick now. But the sister-in-law was like, "Oh, you trying to pull me and my friend at the same time? Hell no, you trying to be a player." The other chick was like, "Man, I don't fuck with that bitch like that. What's up?"
Trying.
Shit.
And for the women in the panel, when you hear us brothers talk about game, it don't always mean like we gaming out like we on some bullshit. We just gaming out talking slick talk. It's all about saying something slick that's gonna make y'all recognize us. It's not always about we trying to bullshit y'all. Game ain't always bullshit. Game sometimes is some real shit.
Well, I believe women have game as well.
If you could,
which is true.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Say that again, China White. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I
Say that
believe
again.
I believe women have game as well. Just like
hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say like some men don't have it. Just like with women, some women don't have it. Some women have game. Like I believe myself, I have game. I know things.
Doesn't China White like sound like she can make some mean ass fried chicken and some cornbread?
That's not what I was thinking.
It's
not what I was thinking.
I'm thinking China White. I'm thinking China White know how to do her thing. I'm thinking China White know how to do her thing.
She gets pulled over by the police. She bat them eyes. Yes, officer. You go right ahead. You want to go 120? You go 120. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I got in an accident like 4 months ago, and I didn't even know my insurance collapsed because they withdraw from your account. He didn't give me a ticket, and it was like a bumper fender bender. I didn't get a ticket for that.
Gee, I wonder what. Was it a male officer?
Your way out of that, huh?
Yeah, it was a male officer. And he was a white guy too.
Now, one of the problems of being of talking sly and slick, which I can do, is that if you're in an area that's full of sly and slick dudes, you want to come off a little bit different. And what I've learned is more time consuming. Is the really best game is not having any game at all. It's not that you're not having game. It's just being yourself. And that's what a lot of dudes aren't comfortable doing. Just being yourself.
But Beasley, even that is game. There's a lot of dudes don't even know what kind of game they can pull out of themselves. That alone is game.
That's my game.
A lot of dudes don't understand that.
That's my
game. Be
yourself
sometimes.
Be myself all the time. Either they like you or they don't.
Now, but sometimes you gotta be swift and changeable. This is one thing because I'm a 5%er. I'm a 5%er. So sometimes you gotta be swift and changeable, but always remainable. Remember that quote. Be swift and changeable, but you're always remainable. Like I'm still the same guy, but I know how to switch up. It's like when you go in a room with a bunch of white people, you have to know how to switch up. And do what they do.
I get what you're saying. And I respect you guys.
May I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. But like I believe a person should never show a person their hands. Not straight off rip. Like you would never get you probably get an inch best of me. That's it. I'm not gonna give you fully what I can actually give you. I can't show you my hands. And that's a lot of times when relationship fails because when a woman doesn't have that mystery about her, like that, whoa, I need to figure her out. Because men are natural conquerors, right? So if a man conquers a woman, he's on to the next prey.
Not them betas, but go ahead.
I kind of like it's not a game. It's not a game. It's me keeping myself as a woman, understanding it's my job to keep my man like wanting more and more of me.
That'll get us open. That'll get us curious. But there's ways to milk that. And the way that you melt that is the way that you would melt that guard is by being yourself and revealing things about yourself. You know, revealing things about yourself, letting your guard down.
But that's all playing the game, though, Beasley.
Yeah, well,
that's all playing the game, though.
I know it's game.
That's all playing the game.
Yeah, but I just know. Yeah, well, I'm giving up secrets, but you know what?
Yeah, you're giving up secrets right now.
It's all right. It should be sold, not told. But even if you tell people things, doesn't mean they'll be able to do it like you. You know, or they'll be able to do it at all.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some people, most people, you can tell them exactly what you're doing. I do it. I've done it in offices. I was like, even if I show you what I'm doing to get these orders and these sales, you're not going to be able to do it because you're not well-rounded enough in this. But yeah, you reveal some of yourself, or you seem real down to earth. And of course, you're not revealing everything or your true intentions. If you have any intentions,
of course, nobody does that. Nobody does that in life. No matter who you bump into in life, nobody actually shows you all their cards.
No.
Even when you think you know all their cards.
But
there's still something that you... Go ahead, Beasley.
If you want people, whether in business or a woman, and it's dangerous because you're vulnerable, but if you want them to trust you and feel comfortable around you, you might have to reveal more about yourself and more about your intentions and be so transparent. And people will come around after they see that you're sincere. After they see that you're sincere, like I'm saying,
that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems we go through in the black community. No matter how they might show you 70% of themselves, but that there's still a 30% where it's some bullshit somewhere down the line.
Yeah, we learned
that's what we always bump into.
I'm gonna bring down and put Iori and Dex in the waiting room, and then bring up Chaos and Aqua Dragon.
Sounds good. All right, brother.
Dex still's got the noise.
Okay.
The Bluetooth. I'm glad when it's gone.
With Charles, it's been a minute I wanted to jump on Charles. I was subscribed to Charles because I think Charles first dropped his channel. But the lifestyle I live, it was always like a battle because Charles, they would consider me a Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what most people consider me, as a Pookie and Ray. But I was a Pookie and Ray Ray that was semi a nerd in the same token.
Yeah, but
so I went through all the struggles in life.
You from New York?
So I'm from New York. You know, Beasley, me and you had conversations before.
Man,
I'm from New York, 5%er.
Right.
5%er. So you know where I'm coming from.
Right.
You know where I'm coming from. You know the life I live. And I always. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just, I say in the beginning we were 5%ers, but something got in us because all of us turned to sinners.
See, it's funny about game. I think the most mythical thing about game that I've realized is the more you're yourself, the more people just generally like you, and
or not like you,
or not like you. And then the beautiful thing about it, when you become a man who's comfortable in your skin, like I don't mind being Clark Kent sometimes, or Dark Kent as I like to call it. I don't mind being Dark Kent. You like that, Beasley. You like that Dark Kent.
No, it's clever. I never said you weren't clever. You're very clever.
I like being that guy because most ladies be like, "You can be such an asshole," and I'll be like, "I know it's part of my charm. You like it."
What's good about your mouth?
Oh, I'm a shit talker, lady. I'm a shit talking dirty walker, lady thriller. Did kill it, but it's so funny because it's like women know when you pull it on thick, and they just want to see how much you could go, and it'd be like, hey, look, might not be what you like right now, but shit, 15, 20 minutes to an hour from now, you'd be asking me to come back. So would you try to see? It'd be like, okay. And then next thing you know, after we do what we do, they'll come back the next day and do it again just to make sure it was that good. You're like, shit, it's another satisfied customer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I know, I'm an asshole.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I just think back. I like this shit. That should be fun to do all over again.
Hey, Miss China White, I just subscribed to your channel.
You think about the ones that you missed.
Oh, thank you.
Either because I'm real good at playing coy, and I found the finest ones. The finest ones can't handle rejection and someone not chasing them, but you talk to them enough to get them intrigued enough to get them to come after you, and they will. They will if you leave the little breadcrumbs to lead to you, and that's then you get no rejection. Then you get a chance to.
Yo, Beezy, something that I heard from my pops a long time ago. He was like, don't choose the one that you want. Choose the one that wants you.
Yeah, that's who you end up with.
But what if you don't want the one that chooses
the one that you want? The one that you want to have you going down a dark path.
Yeah.
The one that,
that's that blue pill shit.
That's Lord, because next thing you know, you be looking for her in the daylight with a candlestick and a flashlight.
Exactly. So basically, if you're a Steve Urkel, you better get you a Myra and stop chasing the Laura, because the Laura's will have you with a headache.
Just me or Myra was a lot better looking than Laura.
Who was she?
She was,
nigga. She was hot.
Absolutely.
She was submissive. She was feminine.
They did that on purpose.
Oh.
They did that on purpose.
And here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part. If you notice the show, because Family Matters could be a case study for Black people anyway. Have you noticed that's when Laura started paying him attention?
Exactly.
So how'd you get this fine motherfucker? Now it must be something interesting about him.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I actually thought Laura was more controlling. She was rude, and she was she always was upset about something. I didn't like Laura. I just thought something was wrong with her.
By you say that, China White, is that not what you hear from a lot of these brothers nowadays? Laura type was a problem.
You know what? Laura always had an opinion. That's the problem.
Yeah. And it was so funny because the only time she wanted to be around Steve is when she could use him.
Exactly. And the problem was Steve was the earth, Myra was the moon, and Laura was the sun. See, Steve should have been the motherfucking sun, and just have Myra orbit around him instead of him orbiting around Laura, man. Because it never works out when you're in a woman's orbit. You know what I'm saying? She should be in your orbit.
He wasn't the sun until he turned into Stefan. And then you saw
exactly.
Myra had a problem with Stefan, and Laura loved Stefan.
Exactly. Come on, man. Come on, dog. See, Myra had so much qualities, man, and her being fine was a bonus, nigga.
And remember the dichotomy I gave a few nights ago about the Lois Lane and Wonder Woman. See, in the comics, Lois loved Superman for what he could do. Wonder Woman loves Clark for who he was. Think about it. Wonder Woman is a demigoddess. Literally, her brother is Ares and Hercules. Her father's Zeus.
Yeah, that was Superman's weakness.
He's not. So she's used to being around powerful men. It was something about his personality that drew her to him. And it's the same concept for Steve, Laura, and Myra, where Laura only wanted to deal with him on a what you could do for me basis. And he was basically simping around when Myra just loved him for him. She loved his nerdy side. She loved his intelligence. She loved the fact that he was different from everybody else. And when he brought Myra around, notice all the guys started respecting Steve. Notice all the women started paying him more attention. And that's a real world thing. I don't know if Ed is still in the chat, but that's actually real world relationships and physics. You keep talking
the funny
about
part about you saying that, and the funny part about you saying that, Charles, is that's when the show ratings started going down.
Yeah. Because once he started finding somebody who was on his accord, who was following his plan, he was his happiest. But of course, they had to fuck it up and they had to make her seem like she was crazy. And she wasn't. Because she... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Charles. Let me help you.
But
Go ahead.
can I say something real quick, Charles?
Oh, go
Please.
ahead.
Well, in a sense, it's nothing wrong with her being crazy. That's how some women look to people when a woman is in love with a man. She begins to look crazy. I didn't see nothing was wrong with what she was doing. She would always check up on him. She made sure he had food. She made sure he was safe. That's how it is for a woman that's in love with a man. They try to make her look crazy. She wasn't crazy to me. She was just in love with him.
That's true. I'm glad you gave that
China
point.
White, but China White, in the same token, China White. Remember, there was an episode where he was going to be stuck being Stefan, and she was fighting to make him be stuck as Stefan. Like, she did not want him to turn back into Urkel. She was stuck.
What episode was this?
Just wanted. Yeah, there was an episode like that where I think the machine, where he made the potion. He made the potion. She right. She absolutely right. He made the potion that could turn him into Stefan, and then it was like they couldn't. It was the way the episode was working. It was the way they were setting the episode up is that he would be stuck as Stefan, and she was cool with that. Like she didn't want him to turn back to Urkel.
Stefan only told her things she wanted to hear. You got to think about it. It's women today that just only want to hear.
But you're right. By you saying that, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you're right. As they played the episode, that's the way the episode was playing. It was where she was like in a fight between the Urkel and Stefan. The Urkel was trying to come back. She was seeing things that she liked about Urkel. Where she was like, yo, hold on. Do I really like Stefan or do I like Urkel? That's the way the episode played out.
A lot of women like fantasy. I talk about that on the channel. They like the fantasy. They like the idea of love. And I talked about that on my Art of Submission channel. The idea of love, the idea of someone telling them what they want to hear, but don't want to go through the pain, don't want to go through the struggle, don't want to go through the hurt. And a lot of women, that's how a lot of women fall, because they fall for words.
Yeah.
Thank God.
What's the old song, China? A lot of women like to hear the lies. They want to be told. You're not.
Fuck all that.
You're 300 pounds. You're not fat. You're thick. You're not bossy. You're just a little opinionated.
Right.
You're right.
Nah, but that right there is bullshit though. Because only a small group of men that really try to sign up for that. Ain't a large group of men that try to sign up for that. Even though I see it a lot. I see it a lot on my daily going outside. I see a lot of dudes that's with the chicks like, come on, bro. You know.
I've spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time in New York, and you don't see that in Los Angeles. The guy with the fat girl, like that, out, hugged up with her, taking her places and everything. And I was like, man, what's going on with her?
People busy with that is because we have a lot of West Indian people in New York,
right?
And in New York, West Indian people, they don't have no problem with a oversized woman.
Okay,
and I'm a West Indian, so I know West Indians, but there might be some dudes that try to say, "Yeah, I'm a West Indian." Lying? No, I'm dead serious. I've seen it with my family. There's a lot of overweight women where because of the food they eat. The food they eat, when it comes to West Indian food, you already know. Go to
Yeah,
the Jamaican restaurant, you're going to get fat.
rice and peas and plantains and
May I say something to
oxtails with rich curry, with rich gravy and everything. Yeah, and
I
that
want
shit
to
so
say
that shit's so good. How could you not eat seconds or thirds?
I want to say something to Ed.
Do me a
Ed,
favor.
Ed,
Go ahead, China.
I believe Ed in that comment. I don't believe a woman should care. I believe a woman should respect you.
Right.
Okay, so it's your job to care for yourself. It's her job to
Let me see that
respect you.
comment.
And through respect, that is when a woman cares for you because she respects you. So if a woman doesn't respect you, you don't respect yourself.
Some women are just disrespectful to men. Period. From whatever from previous experience, whatever their issue is. And that's some women, not all. And if a
But that's
woman,
on you. But that's
and if,
on
and if,
you. But Beasley, that's on you as a real man.
Yes.
Shut that down. If you're not a real man, you're gonna just accept
oh,
that.
I'm not gonna be disrespected by anybody anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you. I'm not
right.
saying you. I'm just saying if a
Oh,
real man if that's what's going on,
wait.
then I can't do nothing for you.
What did the song
That's
say? If you don't respect, you gotta respect yourself. Respect yourself. Yeah, nobody's gonna respect you unless you respect yourself. So yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
And you got to give respect to get respect. You got to give it to get it. You can't just ask for it if you don't give it. You know what I mean?
That's a fair exchange. That sounds like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't have a problem with that. That must.
Yeah, I couldn't argue that.
I'm sure that works within the law of the universe, and
I can't argue that.
And universal laws. You know,
Right.
You know what we sow.
Wait.
What
Hold
we
on, let me
sow
cut
is
you
what
off.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm trying to cut you off. You're gonna say I don't need any respect either. What? Well, you do need respect. What type of shit is he on?
I think he'd be trolling. I'm sorry. I just think he just be trolling. I'm so sorry. I never heard no one say some of the stuff he say. Not a grown man. I never hear.
I watched him do it yesterday. Yeah, he must be trolling. He's good at it too because he had everybody's attention yesterday.
Because I'm looking at it like this, like, dude, you cannot be a part of my channel and not want respect, man.
He's funny. Oh God, what was the one in the chat I was in earlier on Bernard Riley show? What's the guy's name? Proud to be a simp. I think that's somebody I know in another name.
Yeah, I've seen that name before. I've definitely seen that name. Proud to be a simp. Like, I don't really understand that.
I want to ask Ed a question. I want to know: do he lead with his pockets?
Do he what?
Do he lead with his pockets? Do he?
Oh, that's a downfall. Just before
I want to know. I want to know.
No, I understand what I understand what you're doing, sister. But I'm saying, any dude that do that, if you want to lead with your pockets, you're already setting yourself up for the downfall.
Exactly.
You're already setting yourself up for the downfall.
But that's what I'm saying. Because Ed says he doesn't need respect. He said he doesn't need it. So if he doesn't need respect, he doesn't know the benefits of getting respect from a woman, then you're leading with your pockets. That's the opposite. So if you don't even see the benefit of a woman respecting you as a man, then I'm thinking like, are you paying her to? I mean, what's?
Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Automatically, that's how I feel. That's what's going on.
Oh,
Not to say feel, because I know a lot of people don't like hearing feel in this sector. A lot of people don't like hearing feel, but if that's what you're saying, bro, you basically saying that. Nah, I ain't with that. Like I said, yo, I'm from the old school. Me being on this panel right now feels funny to me because a dude like Charles, I give Charles nothing but respect. I see Charles Charles is like family members I have. I have family members as police officers. For me to be talking like this, the way I talk on this stream, I'm from the hood. I did a lot of hood shit. For a dude to say something like that, you ain't gonna get no respect from a woman. That's where
Right.
That's the angle you coming from.
And it's
You ain't
funny
gonna get no
because
respect from a woman.
and it's funny because I wanna ask him something. And I want to ask this: what do you look for in a woman, Ed? Because I think that's the most important question to be asked. What do you look for a woman? Because if you're the man of the relationship, and regardless of how many times women may get their degrees or their jobs or their careers or their businesses, women are still going to look for you to be a provider. So what do you look for a woman? What do you, if you had a woman right now, what would her benefit be to you, and what would you have her do? What criteria would you have for her?
He's about to say something funny or something completely ridiculous.
No, let me answer. I want to hear his answer. I want to see his answer. Let me go to the chat. I want to hear what his answer is. What is the answer to that?
Because I want to hear the answer, because it's gonna be interesting, and I'm gonna tell you why after I hear it.
I watched him last night, and it sounds like the things he's saying. He's sitting there playing Russian roulette and everything, trying to blow his own head off. I've never seen nobody like, I'm doomed. It'll never work. We're doomed.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see what his answer is. I ain't see no answer yet. I ain't see nothing yet. I'm in the chat.
There's a bunch of people standing around, and the cloud comes and rains just on him.
Yeah. That's the gist of what I'm getting from him.
Yeah.
Is that, like, either you're doing some serious trolling, some award-winning trolling, or you're just describing that you're the most unluckiest dude in the world.
No, he's doing a good job of re-trolling. He's good at it too.
You know
I respect it.
From one troll to another, huh?
He said, "What pockets?" Oh, I'm not trolling now, but I respect the game.
But you know, a lot of guys who lead with their money, man. But what's up to the panel? But a lot of guys who lead with their money try to control women. That's why they do that, because they know they're not gonna get the respect from them.
Who that be?
I agree.
She
in Los Angeles.
What's going on, King? What's going on, King?
In Los Angeles.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
In Los Angeles, and to the Bay for less extent. Women respect the dude with money. They respect the money. They respect
the money, not him.
They respect
not him.
They respect his grind.
Exactly.
You gotta take care of that. You gotta take. You know, the money comes from doing whatever it is that you're doing successfully.
Exactly.
Doing it properly.
Exactly.
It doesn't show
like
up.
She respects that because you see that you making. She see that you making moves wherever you at, no matter what you doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm on the panel with Charles. I never thought I'd be on the panel with Charles. Charles, salute. Salute, Charles. I come from that era where I was out there in them streets. I'm not one of these dudes that's in this dude. I'm not in that dude. I'm from in the streets. When they say the bootstraps, yeah, my bootstraps got pulled up. I'm from the streets.
Are you from Queens? That's a good guess, huh?
I'm originally from BK, but I ended up in Queens.
Okay.
I want to ask Ed a question. So, if sex is the only thing a woman can bring you, you don't even want the energy of a woman, femininity, a woman, because that's like, to me, that's an amazing feeling when a woman is taking on a masculine energy and a man can actually feel femininity. A man get high off that. So you're saying
yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, that gets my dick caught. I don't mean to be vulgar, but it does. Some real shit. Go ahead, white child.
Okay.
White.
You gotta excuse him. He's fluent in Baltimoreese. Right.
No, but
Yeah.
no, Charles, you know I go in. I'm raw, so it's all
Of
good.
course.
I go in.
Raw like Monday nights.
Yeah, I do. I go. I'm raw, but I'm saying that a woman can give you the only. I can understand. I understand when men say
No,
they want sex from a woman, but even the interaction itself with a woman, you know what I mean? Because I with a man, it's kind of like when a man can watch his prey and devour his prey. That's a turn on for a man because they like to sit there and watch a woman. So you don't even like to do that. So it's like kind of like it's like you will have sex with a doll, a sex doll,
Fuck
because
that
you don't want
bullshit.
the interaction. That's what it
Fuck
sounds like.
that.
You don't even want the
Even though,
interaction.
yeah, even though women are complicated as fuck, but I'd rather have the real thing. Fuck that dog shit.
You know, women are not complicated. Women are not complicated. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's the
I'll go ahead.
women it's the women men deal with. If you're dealing with a complicated woman, it's complicated. But if you're dealing with a woman that understand what it means to be next to a man that can embrace him, that can compliment your masculinity, it's not complicated, it's very simple.
Yeah, that seems to be been a dying breed, or dying traits,
Mm,
dying traits. Uh,
At the end of the day, all of it is simple, man. If you just find you a woman, man, you can get along with it. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
A woman that will submit to you, a woman that will submit to your words. Now, when I say a woman submit to your words, she hangs on your words. So
I want
that's
to
what I
suck your
mean.
blood. I want to suck your blood.
See, I would
I
have
wouldn't
asked
even.
him this.
I
I would
Nah,
have
but
asked
that's
him.
really what it is.
what? Oh
Really
my
what
god.
it is.
I would have asked him this. What is
A
your
lot
experience?
of these dudes.
He's definitely trolling, man. He's got an answer for everything with some ridiculous shit he keeps throwing out.
He's got it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
What I need an energy so I can feed. I don't need to feed off of like a vampire.
If Ed get on a panel and me and Ed have a conversation, Ed is not going to get on the panel.
He's not.
No,
He's
because he's
not
gonna
going to get on
start.
the panel.
Because when he says that shit, he's laughing right now.
Because I would like to have a conversation with Ed, but he's not.
You making them
pretty
nervous,
sure-
China White.
I'm pretty sure that I'm like this. Are you red pill or blue pill or black pill? Because
He's
every
an orange pill.
every woman that you have, I'm not gonna say men don't need women. Yes, they do. Because you're gonna need that feminine energy to motivate you at some point in your life.
Right.
You know, and it could be a hell of a motivator.
Because when you have the right woman, it's gonna motivate the fuck out of you. But for some reason, you're looking at it like I don't need any energy vampires, but you're saying that you're poor. So that means you're not manifesting the energy you need to. Because I think a lot of guys who go to this red pill, blue pill, polka dot pill doctrine is because number one, they look at rejection and then say, you know what, fuck it ain't for me. Or it's the same thing the women are doing, and the chicks they checking out are not checking for them, and the chicks that checks out for them they don't want.
He said,
I've never had a woman, so how can I give y'all an answer about something I never had?
He's a 31-year-old
I made it to 31 without a woman, so I'm pretty sure I can make it till I die.
Oh God, I tell you,
oh my goodness.
I'll say this. To Ed. Ain't nothing more sexy than a woman worshiping your feet butt naked, doing exactly what you say 24 hours in a day.
Oh shit! God damn.
He's gonna say, I couldn't think of anything for her to do that I couldn't do myself.
He
I
said,
could.
Ed said that he never had a woman. Well, that's one of the problems there. I can kind of figure that out by reading what you're saying, but I can tell you it's ain't nothing sexier than a woman serving you and worshiping you like you're a fucking god.
Oh my God, God damn, son. Shit, damn. Almost up my pants. All right, you know what? You know what, China White? I mean, I first think that you'll make him nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because your community is very strong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she'll make Ed nervous, in my opinion.
She making me nervous, and I'm a vet.
Yeah, me too. God damn it! Almost wet my pants.
No, that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all dudes, a lot of these dudes ain't have a woman that chose them.
You know what? I can go deeper.
A lot of these dudes is chasing women. A lot of these dudes is chasing women that they chose.
Yeah, they pick.
You ain't gonna win like that.
We can go deeper, bro. We can go deeper. Some of these men never had feminine love in general. Some of these men never had genuine love from their mother. Like some of them got mommy issues, so they never really had that motherly love, and they're growing up without it. That's why they're frustrated. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. So some dudes, right? So if you ever had that, yeah, I mean, just that motherly, feminine love and nurturing. If you don't get that growing up, as if you're a guy, you'll grow up frustrated, man. You'll grow up being fucking like Elliot Rodgers.
Angry, really angry.
So, Ed, were you raised by?
What you saying that, bro? What you saying that, bro?
Yeah,
a lot of dudes that come from the but a lot of dudes that come from the Caribbean, that's the treatment they get. That's the type of treatment they get.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay. Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to come up on the panel. You guys are giving him a lot of attention. You feeding the troll. If he's not a troll, he can come up here and really learn. And he needs to come up on the panel because he's actually what he's saying.
It's obvious. I mean, it ain't like the panel is something that like you gotta wait in line for. He can just jump in anytime.
Yeah, but
he want to sit back and troll.
Right. Well, what did BG tell him? He say, "Come on, BG, teach him how to troll. Come on up on the panel, man, so we can hear you laugh."
Oh, okay, so it'll make you nervous. Well, come on up, Ed. Eddie, come on up.
No,
and then he wants y'all guys to get a kick out of it, and so pretty much every time you see his name,
there might be a woman there with just a man's avatar. Fucking internet.
I would feel honored if I had a troll like that. I would feel so honored, baby.
Well, you're somebody that's got some talent that you took over the show, and then he takes a shot at China. He said, "That's like my auntie talking to me. There'd be nothing to be nervous about." Even she laughed.
That's a compliment, though. At the end of the day, that's a compliment because I favor somebody.
I'm gonna put Aqua Dragon in the waiting room. There's somebody else trying to come up. Just wait right there. I'll bring you back up, Aqua Dragon.
What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop down though.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'll holler at y'all.
All right,
man. Excuse me.
What's up? What's up, Ed? Is this Ed or who is it?
No, that ain't Ed.
Hey, Goat. What's up?
What's up?
And are you Ed?
No, I'm not Ed. Where's Cerulean?
I don't know.
Yeah. Tell Cerulean I'm looking for him.
Bullets got it.
Okay. Why do I need to tell Cerulean that you're looking for him?
Fuck Cerulean. He's washed up. I got his.
Okay. You're muted.
What's wrong with people, yo?
I feel so honored right now. This is when you made it big. Like, why do I need to tell Cerulean anything? You do know Cerulean.
Like I said, listen, Cerulean washed up, okay?
Okay.
And you should be lucky. You should be lucky I'm on here.
I should be
Alright?
what?
You should be lucky I'm on here on your panel. I got
No, I'm
4,000
not. I
subscribers.
mean, why should
Let's
I
get
feel
this clear.
lucky about a guy named
All
Goat?
right, you got 23 viewers. All right.
Why should I feel
You got
lucky for you?
you got 23 viewers. Okay. So be
Mhm.
lucky I'm on your panel right now. So like I said, tell
I
that
should
boy
feel lucky that you could get off of it too.
he's a fuck boy. And I got his girl.
Hey, 25
And
views.
tell him come see me.
Come on, you know the drama's making me
And tell him
stronger.
don't be hiding from you.
Hey, yo.
Only thing that
I wish I was a mod talking
You
to
ain't
his ass
say,
off.
you ain't say Cerulean name all night.
And
Why
Cerulean's
you
a fuck
come on this
boy.
channel saying that?
That's why he got kicked out the manosphere. So
No,
fuck
he
him.
hasn't.
He didn't get
Fuck you bozos. You niggas is washed up.
Ah, shut up.
Yo, Gotti. You my
See,
nigga.
this is
You
another,
already
this is
know.
another reason
Why
why.
you come
Yeah, I
over here
know
with
him.
that?
I
What's
know
going
him.
on?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Call
This
his
is
ass
another
soccer
reason why
ball.
these clowns don't belong here.
Nah, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my little homie.
Yeah.
Why
Boy,
he
he's
came
a
over here
straight
with
clown.
that though? Why he came over here talking about Cerulean?
Well, if you were his big homie, I bet he wish you were around when them dudes, when them Puerto Ricans robbed him around the corner. He didn't even do not a damn thing about it on camera.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny about him?
Yeah, I get it, but I'm saying I don't know why he came over here with that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm just so entertained by this. Why
Oh
don't
my
you
god, he
actually,
wrote
why don't you actually
Like
go
I
to
said.
Cerulean's channel?
He
No.
Why
What you gonna do is
he
you
lives
can go to
he lived with his
Cerulean's channel.
grandmother.
should I go on a washed up nigga
No.
channel?
What you gonna do is go to Cerulean's channel.
You all with these niggas, yo?
Why should I go on a washed up nigga channel? I got
He lives with his
monetized
grandmother.
nigga.
He
Listen,
lived with his
listen. You
grandmother.
talking about monetized nigga that get
He lived with his
you
grandmother.
niggas talking shit to me. Hey Beasley, shut the fuck up.
You started. I watched.
I wish I was a moderator so I can block his dumb ass, man. Shit.
Yeah, he's an annoying little dude.
Yeah.
He's probably 19. He lives with his grandmother. Did you want to come interrupt his panel? I do. He lives with his grandmother, and he talks real tough online. And there's
on a futon. Fuck out of here, nigga.
And there's a video of some dudes in his neighborhood in Brooklyn or around the corner, and they robbing him. They taking his shit without a gun, and he gave them no resistance. But he's really tough.
Without a gun.
Without a gun, no gun. It's still robbery without force or fear, right? That's the standard. But he gave
It's called strong arm.
Yeah, he gave up his shit whenever they wanted, and they ran his pockets without a fight, without anything like that, man. You a buster, man. I'll learn to bite my tongue one day, but
I just hate when niggas fuck up the flow. Like I just hate when motherfuckers I like put turds in a punch bowl, man, and it just contaminate the whole punch. I hate that shit, man.
yeah, well, that's kind of what happened.
So if that's a turd, kick that motherfucker turd out of here, man. So Miss China White, so back to what you were saying.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. You were saying something. Well, I forgot. You were saying something. I think before you got interrupted by that turd. You talking about Ed? Yeah.
No, Ed came to my channel a few times, and he be trying to troll the chat, but he can't really troll my chat. He can't do it over there. But he ain't. I never been on a panel. I don't think I ever been on a panel with Ed, because I don't get on panels like that. I gotta really like your channel to fuck with your panel.
Yeah.
I like conversations. I like black conversation. I like building.
Right. And you know what? From the looks of your channel, Miss China White, you got some nice looking videos. Like I see one right now called "With a Submission," and I heard like a couple of first minutes of it. It sounds pretty cool and very sensual.
She gets a ton of views. So that's
Juicy, my nigga.
yeah, yeah. That's I
And
mean,
another thing about China White, man, she knows that her powers and her femininity, and she uses it very, very well. Very well.
Exactly.
What was that noise?
that's
Am I playing a harmonica?
that's
But I would say this: the bad, like some of the bad things about it is like when a woman embraces her femininity, you will find yourself attacked by women that don't truly understand the power of their femininity. I always tell women in my private chats that their superpower is in their femininity.
Yes.
What is femininity? Embracing masculine, a masculine man, masculine embracing his energy, right? And when it meets, if it's powerful, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of women helping women tap into their femininity, but a lot of women can't embrace femininity. They like to attack it.
Which is fucking weird because I mean, why attack your nature? You know what I'm saying? Why attack something that, like I said, that gives you power and that can get you further? You know what I'm saying? Get you more. If things will attract to you more. When women's acting like masculine, she will make things repel from her. You know what I mean? Like I told a chick at my job, like she asked me to do something. I said, huh?
Matter of fact, I got to do this one time, and y'all probably not gonna hear me speak like this one more time. I got to do it for this one troll. Do me a favor. Go to Cerulean's fucking channel if you want to talk to Cerulean. Don't come on my shit, you fucking bull dyke looking motherfucker.
Hey, yo, Beasley.
Fuck you, no, fuck you.
B-Man, how you know me, bro?
I don't know you. I just told the truth on you though.
You
right?
don't got to talk to nobody on my panel but me. You go to fucking Cerulean's
I'll smack
channel.
the shit out.
Yeah, I hope you try.
You should have smacked them motherfuckers in Roger, you little punk. So I know you ain't not really
the purpose of him, you know who he got robbed by, right? He got robbed by a bunch of Girl Scouts, man.
Why I gotta shut up? Why I call you?
He got robbed by Girl Scouts.
You know you can't talk. No, I'm not.
He got robbed with a water gun. He got robbed with a water gun.
I'm gonna tell you what. As a matter of fact, where are you? I'll pay for your plane ticket to come to Baltimore. You know where I'm gonna be at midnights, and I'll do you one favor. With the boot on my ass, with the boot on my foot, I'll put my good foot up in your ass. Okay.
I think he's from Brooklyn, but he don't go outside much.
He don't go outside because he's an incel.
When you get this, I don't go outside. Where do you coward ass niggas on
now? What you're gonna do is you're gonna respect my panel, and you're gonna be off. Matter of fact, Aqua Techie not Aqua Dragon, text something in the chat so I can make you a moderator, and I'll give you the pleasure of blocking this punk motherfucker.
Yeah.
So get this. So first and foremost, don't come to my channel asking for anybody else but me. Because first and foremost, if you really wanted to see Cerulean, you know where you can find them. And then when Cerulean hands you your ass, you can come up here so you can get two for the price of one ass kick.
Cerulean is a pussy.
Shut up.
Cerulean is a pussy.
Shut up. Stop talking about something you don't get. Stop talking about something you don't get.
Yeah.
Now, get off my guy.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Right, I appreciate.
No, China White, no, baby. No, China White, please don't go. Please don't go.
No, it's just that I don't have time for the drama. Like the YouTube have a lot of drama spaces, and I try to stay far from it. I just only frequent this channel that's building. Like I'm not trying to be attached to no drama.
I already said what I had to say with him, so you can stay up here, Trinity.
She sounds like
you're good to go. Don't even leave because you're valued up here. Because that motherfucker, I just had to say that to him.
Yeah.
And you're good to go because jokes like him don't belong in our spaces.
No. Easy.
Now you can mod him off. Now you can block his ass now.
Nothing hurts people more than the truth.
See what he needs to do is actually get the fuck out of here. So now he's banned, and please block his dumb ass because first and foremost he's killing a good conversation, a good vibe. He wants to come up here like the troll that he is And where's Trinity? Is Trinity still in the chat? No, she left too. She couldn't like if she brought that troll up there. I mean, I hope she did.
I don't have a problem with Trinity. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a problem with Trinity.
Because for some reason people think I'm a bozo, you're a bozo ass hater. Okay, say it in my face. See, people don't understand this. Can I ask everybody in the panel? If I confront motherfuckers for a living with guns, drugs, knives, and all kinds of fucking piss and vinegar in their why would I be scared of an ordinary person?
Yeah, I don't see
No
why.
idea, man. This is digital space. They get tough on digital space. That's what this shit.
Like, but yet is no different than guys I hear over the phone selling me death. And when I meet up face to face, they want to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, wow.
He said, how did you know me?
But yet he wants to call somebody pussy, but he doesn't get any. That's his problem. That's why he's so angry.
Go
I mean, it's not my fault the fact that he beats his dick like a UFC fight. It's not my fault that he's simping for a chick that he hasn't met in person.
God damn.
It's not my fault that the fact that he looks like a bootleg Manny Fresh. It's not my fault. I'm sorry. Life sucks. I know.
Don't blame me.
I respect. Listen, I respect Ed. I respect that clown that came in here on some real shit.
At least Ed's funny. Maybe he's not funny. If he's serious, he might be serious.
But at the same time, it's so sad that you got to come up there and say, "Where's Cerulean? I'm looking for him." You know where Cerulean lives. He lives in the Twin Cities. Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, go say hello to him.
He
probably has multiple.
Let me tell you what the internet has done now. It has made people so-called digital gangsters. They haven't done shit. They haven't proven no shit. But they sure got fucked up in this shit. And I'm saying, what the fuck? You might as well find a new hustle, man. Because this ain't for you, bro.
Kane, you know Triple Darkness from Brooklyn is in these YouTube streets. Can you hear me?
It's not my fault that he sags his pants only because his gut protrudes so far that he can't get a belt around his waist. But it's sad. I feel honestly pity the brother.
Oh wow.
Pity him. It's not my fault that he was turning tricks when he did his little 30-day stint in jail. It's not my fault.
Damn.
Rikers Island. Rikers Island is a tough place.
It's not my fault that he was passed around like a box of Newports. Okay, it's not my fault. I've seen blunts that were passed less than him.
God damn. Yo,
is that the Charles fault that y'all really want to come out? Because if anybody else wants some piss and vinegar, I could give it all night long. Okay, it's not my fault that he reminds me of a lot of people I've seen in Baltimore. Matter of fact, tell him to get a plane ticket to BWI. I will pay the Uber to come. After I whoop your ass 3 ways to Sunday, bounce your ass up and down the street like a fucking project basketball. I'm gonna take you out like a real man, get you a cigar, and get you some VSOP cognac. How about that?
Tell him you bring
Jesus Christ.
Bring it to him in this hospital bed.
I would drink with him. I would sit there, say cheers, and drink with him. But see, this is what you call I'm trolling because you know how to get in touch with Cerulean. He has his channel. Shout out to the Gray Faulkner Initiative, still rolling and still strolling. See, that's what you don't want to be. You want to be a styler and profiler, not a howler and a simper. Okay, you come up in here disrespecting all my guests on the panel, all my guests in the chat, taking away from the conversation because you're mad. Really, I'd be mad too if I masturbate so much that the only thing that comes out of my penis is smoke. I'm sorry.
Guys, it was fun on the panel. I'll be listening.
We're gonna get back to the conversation because I have to apologize to China because people think that I pick on women or I don't like women, and I love women, and I had to apologize for that, China. You weren't supposed to see that side, but we're gonna get back to the conversation at hand and see. This is what China talks about. This is what China talks about. How can she be a submissive woman to a man like that when he's the one being a female?
Every now and then he has to pull out his baton and give somebody a wood shampoo.
Sometimes you got to give them that old fashioned head and shoulders, that wood shampoo. And sometimes you got to give it, and it's in no disrespect. I try to keep it, high tier, not low brow.
You certainly are trying. Well,
I'm trying to keep it highbrow. We have all these intelligent people from different walks of life on the panel, and notice not one time you hear anybody argue with China. Not one time did you see China get out of pocket with anybody. Why? Because this is proof that black men and black women can actually get along and actually converse and share ideas and information. That's the purpose of here. But once in a while, you got to be on some old ignorant ass shit.
That's the only thing some folks understand.
But but it's not my fault that Manny Not So Fresh had to come up here starting some trouble. For what? Who sent you? You over here being a low tier henchman.
Gonna wake his grandmama up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I seriously, I appreciate you. I appreciate the panel. Everybody on the panel, I appreciate.
No, China White, please don't go. 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 Please don't go.
Oh, it's not. It's like I'm trying to it's like the energy. You know what I mean? It's like
you don't rectify.
I know. Let's change it back. Let's keep that turn up the punch bowl.
It's not that. I just don't want no problem with nobody.
No, sweetheart. Ain't no problems with ain't no problem.
She sound like she been through the bullshit before.
Oh yeah, China, you gotta realize over here, nobody disrespects my guests. Okay, just like earlier when I told Trinity and Platinum, y'all can say y'all piece, but y'all can't interrupt each other. She said I was being biased, and obviously we could roll back the tape, which people are gonna watch.
No, she started that shit.
And I'm like, look, nobody's for the bullshit. We were having an intellectual conversation where we were trying to help brothers understand it's okay to be a black man who likes things that are not quote unquote typically black. It goes into some other shit on somebody's other platform. And I'm like, look, you're not gonna disrespect my guests. You damn sure not gonna disrespect me. Because then I'm going to clown you for 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to have one of my mods delete you from the face of the earth.
Already, no cap.
It's no good deleting him. You know why? Because some people, China, unfortunately, as Blade put it, there's always that one motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill. And see, this is the point in principle. Go ahead.
To be honest, Charles, I'm gonna tell you, but it's like I don't at the end of the day, I don't know, man. It's like it's crazy on here. Like YouTube is crazy, and I don't ask for none of it. I don't say anything. I don't want to argue with nobody. I just want to create content and have a dialogue with. You know what I mean? I just want to have a dialogue with the opposite sex or with women. I ain't asking for nothing. What they say, smoke. I don't want it. I don't need it. I just have things I want to focus on. And when things like that happen, I know how people spend it for clout. And and a lot of people, they'll be coming at me and I don't say nothing about them.
There is no reason for anybody to come at you for anything. If anything, they should come at me Because you know what? This is the reason why, as my New York cousin would say, there's a bunch of bitch made motherfuckers out there.
You know what the game? You know the game they play though, Charles. What she's talking about for clout is that I see she has a a nice sized channel. She gets thousands of views. They'll attack her and draw her into a fight in a battle in order
to bring their channel up.
To get subs.
And see, that's why China to stay feminine and peaceful as she is, and let me do the lowbrow shit. Because what are they gonna say? I'll smack you. Okay, I like to see that.
It sounds like she done been through the ringer before. She's been.
Oh yeah, she probably has. That's why I told him, well, I'm gonna smack. I'm like, dude, if heavyweight boxers couldn't put me to sleep, what can you do, man? You're not so fresh.
Even if the shit doesn't get to you right away too much, the energy of doing it all the time, it's draining.
It's draining. Like I had another guy. I don't know who it is. Until you tell me in the chat who you are, you don't get up here. And I'm already pissed because made my guest, whoever it was, made my guest leave, and it's one of my honorable guests is China White, just like no other stuff, just like the fellas. When that guy came up here, and I'm looking for Trinity. Where's Trinity? Is she still in the chat? Because I noticed that as soon as he left, she stopped talking.
She sounds like they would know. She sounds like they would know each other.
And I'm like, look, Gotti said you used to fuck with him. Trying get the fuck out of here with that one. Because really, if I really want to stay, and Chaos knows what I really want to say to Trinity. No, you have nothing to be sorry about, China. And trust me, next time I have a panel, you are more than welcome anytime you want to come up here. See, this is the reason why. This is the reason why the Black Superman must protect the good women of the community. Because when you have motherfuckers like that fucking dog turd, and whoever else gets like the fucking 79 pacer, God damn, like Trinity.
Bullet Scott, he said, I'm a buster, but I got more clout. This dude must be 19, 20 years old,
But yet, that fucking lead baby came up here and killed the whole flow.
Yeah, he'd be all right.
See, that's because of these Kennedy Krieger motherfuckers, man.
Tell me who the Kennedy Krieger motherfuckers are, Charles.
Oh my Jesus Christ! So Charles is crazy, yo.
I don't know the reference. I know.
Well, in Baltimore, we have a spot, Kennedy Krieger, where you have kids who are either, disabled or super mentally beyond special ed. But these Kennedy Krieger motherfuckers come up here.
I would have never known that, right?
These little motherfuckers. That's because his mother used Ritalin while he was still in the womb.
God damn.
Trinity
said, you know what? See, this is the reason why a lot of Negroes like him get in front of the police and then want to claim police brutality when he's the motherfucker assaulting the police and he gets his ass kicked. That's not police brutality. That's called justice. Okay. See, motherfuckers like him would allow a lady to gas him up, to come up on the fucking panel and insult my panelists, and also one of my partners who made an initiative to keep motherfuckers from being as retarded as you.
That's the truth. That's who the initiative is for. That is initiative for four. A young man, a young dude with too much time on his hands, and the idle mind to devil workshop. Get your shit together, son.
But yet, this intellectual masturbator, thinking that he's smart and thinking he's the toughest guy that ever walked the earth, which he isn't. I mean, the fact that he has COVID-19 in the rectum is not my fault. See, what he needs to do is actually go up there and read a book that is hired a Dr. Seuss and actually engage himself mentally, because whatever he's dealing with is something because he has a hatred of not only his mother, his father, but his goddamn self. And this is the reason why panels like these are important, where you have actually higher tier men speaking to guys like you and saying, why are you all of a sudden talking all this tough shit? No, I'm not talking tough shit. Because if you really want to fight me, I'm not the hardest guy to find. Trust me, I'll give you the number to the gym where me and my nephew goes, and we could go a few rounds. But you're not going to do that. You know why? Because you're going to find some excuse. Oh, my, from the look of his picture, he looks like he's about a C cup. And the only time he ever ran in his life was to the bathroom or the refrigerator. So, you know, I'm so upset that Trinity left because that was disgusting what that guy pulled. Jackass. But anyway, I want everybody to give their last thoughts. I'm gonna start with Aqua Dragon. You know, in the back chat, Aqua Dragon, just hit me up with your number, text.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get on Beasley. And yes, I'm going to be in this week and next week. I'm going to try to start a Facebook page for everybody who wants to be a part of the group. I don't know what I'm going to call the group, so we can actually network. Yeah, actually get some things started. You know, if somebody needs help, if we got a black plumber in the area, we can hook them up with work. You know, we got some black programmers. We can big up them. You know, I'm all about progression of black people, not just black people. And just to talk to Ed, you know, there's a reason why men need women. Because first and foremost, regardless of what you think of women, they're more than just sex. Women are going to be your motivating factor. They're going to be part of that. They're going to be the ones who help you get into a higher plateau of business. You're not going to be a CEO being single. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Ask anybody who's in upper management and beyond. How a lone wolf doesn't get too far out there. Human beings aren't made to be lone wolves. Hell, wolves aren't even made to be lone wolves because they'll die. And I'm all about the living and I'm all about the progression. Sorry. Because if I actually got you one-on-one, Ed, every argument you would give, I would debunk within less than 3 minutes.
Oh boy, I'm tired.
Okay. Start with Aqua Dragon, and then Beasley, then Chaos. Last thoughts.
Yeah, already. You know, I'd like to say, man, this is a pretty good topic, man. It really, you know, taught me some different things about black men and everything, and also it's good to have China White on the panel. She really gave a more feminine perspective on the topic, and like y'all said, you know, trying to help our people out, keep progressing and keep growing. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, don't let no turds in a punch bowl, because as soon as you do that, you leave them in there, it's going to turn into a shitty drink, and we don't want that. So no turds allowed. Already.
I enjoyed the panel tonight, and I'd be happy to come on and do whatever you need to do to support yourself. So you can have your own little area where you can do the stuff you'd like to do. And that's share thoughts and ideas and some laughs and the whole thing that we do around here. Okie doke. I'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
All right. Thanks, Beasley. Chaos. Hey, Chaos, you still there? All right. Well, for everybody, hopefully you enjoyed yourself and learned some things. Later. Woo! And peace.